include the very, very dirty.
Very dirty, because everybody.
Because like for anyone who's listening or watching, I have this joke I'm working on. I'm not gonna give it away because I'm working on it for the tour. But we see each other so much every single night since Perth, like beginning of January, 30 days straight, and then Adelaide another 30 days, and then Melbourne like another 30. It's like every night, multiple occasions, doing the same jokes because you're trying to like polish it, right?
Of course,
get it better. And like every time I see these guys, like just like, you know, like the next night or whatever, going to the shows, like everyone's like, oh, very, very dirty. It's like become like a thing from one of my jokes.
We're doing choruses together, man. I'm not even joking. My wife is singing this song.
No way.
Right now. Yes.
Your wife?
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
She just hums it every now and then, and she's like, what the fuck is that? Because I told her about it. Like,
that's so funny.
This joke is so funny that I can tell it. And it'll still be funny. You know, when you tell someone else's joke, it's not.
I know.
It's not really funny.
I know.
Or when you recite it to someone at home, it's not funny. But this one, classic, man.
Thank you very much, man. I'm working on it. I'm proud of this one.
I don't know how you think of this shit.
It's just dumb. I don't know. Fucking, it just comes to me. Well, the thing is, because I think it's important to include things that you're strong in.
Yeah.
For me, I think, you know, my strengths are, you know, obviously comedy, but what else within comedy? Like I can sing, I use my voice.
Yeah.
And it's impressive when a comedian can do other talents while on stage, right? So an accent, right? Like fucking singing, dancing, maybe whatever it is, right?
Are you a trained singer or
no? It's just I'm Persian, man. Fucking
everybody has a
like
good
Indians
voice.
too. Like you have that musical talent, right? It's like
not everyone.
Not everyone.
Only people from certain parts of India, like Punjab, like northern side, really. Specifically Punjab, a lot of great singers from there.
That's true.
I've got a really bad voice.
It's terrible?
Yeah.
You can't give us a little sample of
No,
very, very dirty.
Very, very dirty. Nah.
Okay.
I think I got a sense of rhythm, but my voice is not suited for singing, I think.
So, yeah, I agree with the Punjab because like Sidhu and all those big artists, right? They're from
all
there.
The bigger singers.
Yeah. Is AP Dillon's not from...
Everybody, all of these people from Punjab.
From Punjab?
Everybody.
AP Dillon's from Punjab?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I mean, some of them have actually moved overseas to Canada or something, as you do, as a Punjabi. You know that.
Yeah, fucking... it's Punjab, Canada. That's what it's...
That's the second home.
Yeah, Punjabada.
Yeah. Punjab, is that what they call it?
I don't know. I'm just making it up right now. Might as well. There's so many... Well, I told that on stage, actually, in Brampton. There's a city in Brampton.
Yeah.
Which is near my hometown. There's so many Indian people, they call it Bramladesh. Because there's, you know, they're filth. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. Sorry?
Hold on.
Just a little bit more in front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't have to do this. You just tilt it. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Tilt it like, you know, like a gong.
You can tell I've never done it.
You're good.
I'm not as experienced.
You were saying, so wait, what were you saying about you're saying they go to Canada?
Yeah, a lot of singers move to Canada because there's a lot of Punjabis there. So and there's also a lot of audience for them as well. So a lot of them get like visas, like they get handed over PRs and shit, man. Sometimes.
I know.
So that's why a lot of them live there.
Yeah.
But as I guess the original thing that we're talking about, that people in that part of India have got a really good voice for some reason, and some people reckon it's because of the water there. It's very pure water. Because I don't know if you know the history, but Punjab literally means 5 rivers. So the 5 rivers of India actually coincide in Punjab. That's why it's got very good agricultural scene as well. Agricultural scene. Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of like wheat and rice. All of that comes from Punjab, and that's the reason why.
Oh, so the entirety of India pretty much intersects.
All the five main
rivers.
rivers intersect.
Oh wow!
In Punjab, yeah, and that's why it's become the agricultural hub. And that they say that the water was or used to be really pure, and those people drink that water, and that's why their voices are so great. That's one of the. I think it's just a.
It's like a myth.
It's like a myth.
It's like one of the 19 gods. Philosophies.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But there has to be a reason why so many great singers are coming from that state. There has to be an explanation.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's true. It's completely interesting because even for Persians too, I feel like it's a cultural thing more so for all Persians to be musically talented in one way or another.
Yeah,
whether it's singing, playing an instrument, dancing. Music in general is a big part of Persian culture.
Yep.
And it is in Indian, I think, most of Indian culture as well. Like there's so many traditions with wedding ceremonies and, fucking coming on the elephant and the wedding, and all this shit. Like just crazy traditional cultural things that include music.
Yep.
But
can I ask you a controversial question?
Yeah.
Because I always used to think, so all Persians would be mainly Muslims, right?
What do you mean?
Like, would being a Persian mean you're a Muslim or not?
No, it's not directly correlated. No,
but it's a possibility.
It is, but in my experience, it's actually rare. I don't actually know any Persian Muslims for the most part. Most of them are not religious because traditionally, back in the day, before the revolution happened, this is just based off of the knowledge I know. There's obviously way more to it, but because I don't know too much about it. But I just know that before the revolution happened, like, you know, it was like the mid 70s. I think it was 79 or something like that. Yeah, before 79, it was very progressive. The country. You know, like, it's not about the way they dress. It's more so about the freedom of, like, women were on the beaches in bikinis and, like, no hijab. Like,
I know Iran used to be like that. I've been told. Yeah,
right. And so, but then they had their freedom, right? They can do whatever the fuck they want, which is great. But then, you know, revolution happened, new regime, you know, government, all this extreme Islamic state kind of came into fruition, and then, like, it just completely changed everything. And then they pretty much forced people into, like, being Islamic, but, like, it's not traditionally what Persians are. Okay. I think there's Christians and, like, you know, there's Jews, there's Persian Jews, like plenty of those, but yeah, it's not like a main popular thing.
It's not the main popular
thing. At least from my knowledge, from my experience in my life.
I mean, the only reason I asked that is because what I've been told by some Pakistani friends that traditionally Islam actually prohibits music and any sort of art.
That's true.
So I always wonder how come Persian people are so much into music. And now that explains it, right? Because they're not all Muslims.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. Yeah. And because even during Ramadan, when some of my boys are Pakistani and their families are Muslim. Like, I remember the first time I found out about this was in high school, and I was with one of my friends, Pakistani guy, and we're driving, and I'm like, "Yo, man, like, let's play some music." And he's like, "No, bro, what are you doing?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "I can't play music." I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Oh, really?
I was like, "Why?" He's like, "It's Ramadan." I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with it? Like, I can't play music? He's like, "Nah, bro, like, it's like considered like a sin, or like you can't do that. Yeah, it's forbidden during Ramadan." Yeah. Because whatever, I don't know much about it, but that obviously, you know, drinking and fasting, all that stuff, you can't do any of that stuff, which is funny because it's hypocritical. Because I'm like, you do all those things outside of Ramadan anyway. Yeah. But during this 1 month, you're the holiest person in the world.
No, I think it's actually banned in the religion to do that ever. Like drinking.
In actual Islam?
Drinking. And the musiki is what they call it. There's a word for it. It's called musiki.
Musiki?
Musiki.
What is that?
Which means indulging in any sort of singing or dancing sort of activities.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's what I've been told anyway.
That's wild. I would hate my life.
Yeah. But they do it. They all do it now.
Who does it?
Like all the Pakistanis, it's pretty. Music is very big now, and
they're on the other side. Yeah, because how the fuck could you live without music and arts? Like, you go crazy.
Yeah, it's just a religious thing that nobody now follows, right? In the modern day,
especially with social media and fucking all this influence. Like, how could you not?
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's more modernized and they're intertwining cultures and fucking religions. It's like no one gives a fuck. Like, no one's traditional anymore.
Nah. I think that's more. I mean, Pakistan is still. I don't know why you're talking about Pakistan so much, but
let's do 3 hours on Pakistan, guys.
I love Pakistan.
We do everything for Pakistan.
Allahu Akbar.
I fight for Pakistan. Have you seen that video?
No.
There's this hilarious video. It's like a meme, I guess, but like. There's these kids, like they're doing some like convention thing or whatever. It's like a keynote in Pakistan or whatever. And this woman is the mediator, and there's students, like kids, grade 6, grade 7, whatever. Each one comes up to the mic and they're like, "What are you going to do for Pakistan?" And it's like, "I'm going to fight for my country of Pakistan and whatever. I'm going to..." Whatever, like everyone says something different. It's hilarious.
And then you ask them, "What are you fighting for?" "I don't know. I just fight for Pakistan, man.
I fight for Pakistan." I'm like, you don't even know what the fuck.
Anything.
Oh, it's so funny. Hyderabad is in Pakistan, right? Or that's
Hyderabad
India?
Is in. There's 2 Hyderabaads. There's one in Pakistan, one in India as well. So.
Is there beef between them, or?
No, not really. I don't know. Like this. I think a lot of people from Hyderabad moved to Pakistan. The partition happened. You know how the India and Pakistan used to be one country.
Okay, wait. So I don't know. I actually don't know much about this.
Okay.
Yeah, could you like? Did you explain it? Like,
yeah, man, I can, but I want to give a disclaimer though. I was a very bad history student, so I'll give you something.
We're not here for history majors, all right? No one's listening to this for history. we're comedians and we're shooting this shit, all right? but if whatever you know about, because I know way less than you do, but.
Yeah, it just used to be basically until like, because the Britishers ruled us for 300 years, and up until like 1947 when they left. Before that, India and Pakistan used to be all just one country. And then during like when they were about to leave, there was some controversy about who is going to be the prime minister, and there was a Muslim leader, and there was Jawaharlal Nehru, who ended up being India's first prime minister, and there was a bit of a controversy between who was going to be prime minister. And the way this was resolved was that we'll give you your country. All the Muslims will give you your country. It's going to be Pakistan, and we're going to keep the rest of India. And then Nehru, the main guy, was going to be the prime minister of India, and this guy called Jinnah, his name was Jinnah, he was going to be the prime minister of Pakistan. So that's how they divided the two countries up just before they left, because there was a bit of a fight. And
who was fighting?
These two people were fighting for leadership, because they both wanted to be the prime minister of the United India, but obviously only one of them could be, so they decided to give him his own country. Do you know what I mean?
It was called United India before?
As in it was like one country.
Oh, okay.
India and Pakistan was one country, and it was called India at the time.
Oh, I thought it was like USA. It's like United States of India.
Nah. I mean, I guess similar. India is like that. It's not called that. India is a collection of states. Each state has its own law and things like that. So I think it's a little bit similar to US.
Oh, really?
It's just not called that.
Interesting. Yeah. What do you mean by that? Like all the states are different in terms
of also, sort of like, for example, there's a state called Gujarat. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, one of my boys is from there.
Yeah, the alcohol is banned there for some reason. You can't sell alcohol openly in Gujarat, so it's got its own laws. So things like that happen a lot. And there's a beef ban in a lot of cities, but not in all cities. Right?
Oh, really?
Some cities can actually serve beef at restaurants. Others can't. You know how cow is like the holy animal.
It's a holy, yeah.
So India is a whole world in itself, right? Like, it's got like 75 different kinds of cuisines and cultures coexisting in one country.
That's great. Wait, because from what I've gathered my whole life is that beef is a sin everywhere in India. No, that's not the case at all?
No, that's a myth, yeah. I mean,
really?
Yeah, there's a southern part of India. There's a lot of people who eat beef over there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I'm just getting very political now. And I probably shouldn't talk about this, but then the current prime minister is actually pushing India to become like a religious state, like a Hindu state. And that's just my opinion, right? Some people... Modi, yeah. Everybody knows.
Modi,
yeah. So, which is why there's more of a controversy on, you know, where beef is being sold and how to stop it and those kind of things. And there's a bit of sort of religious fights happening all around India at the moment, which is not really visible to the outside world yet. I think it's going to change in the next few years, either for the good or for the worse. I don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, beef is served in South India very easily. You can get very easily.
Where in South India? Like, what are the...
Like, as an example, if you go to Bangalore. Go to Bangalore.
Bangalore, yeah.
Yeah, you can get... I think Chennai as well. I've never been to Chennai. But Bangalore definitely you can eat. I mean, I don't eat beef, but I know that it's served because my friends eat it, right?
Your Indian friends?
Indian friends, yeah.
That are from different states in
India? They're from... Some people from Delhi who moved with me to Australia love beef, love their steak here. They love it. The only reason I don't eat beef is because I don't like the taste.
You don't like the taste of beef?
Yes. Because I didn't grow up on it, right? I grew up on eating mutton, and mutton is basically goat meat and chicken.
Goat meat's pretty fire, though.
Goat meat is pretty good.
I do like I do like a good mutton.
Yeah? You like it?
Mutton.
Biryani?
Biryani? Yeah, love biryani. Because it's similar to Persian. We have like, you know, like the Persian kind of rice.
Yeah.
Similar to, you know, Pakistani or Indian biryani too. Yeah, it's very similar style.
It's like, I think there's I was reading an article, there's 26 kinds of biryanis just in India.
Oh, really?
Yeah, made totally differently.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's very...
That's crazy.
You tried it in Melbourne?
Biryani?
Yeah.
No, never.
You haven't tried the biryani house?
What's the biryani house?
Biryani house is like the most...
saying it like, it's like, bro, you didn't try biryani house.
If you like biryani, you should...
This is the number one place you have to go.
You have to try it, man. You have to. Like, you cannot not try biryani house in Melbourne if you're a biryani lover.
Wait, is the best...
the best in Australia, I think.
In Australia?
Yeah, best in Australia.
What?
Which is not hard, right? Like...
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think. There's probably more Indians in Canada. I don't know. He can't. Oh yeah. Right? It's not even close.
Yeah, Canada.
Yeah, he'll go. But yeah, in Canada, bro, every 2 blocks, you'd thrive in Canada.
Really?
You'd be losing it. You'd be over the moon in Canada.
Really? But I think that
because you like to eat Indian food, right? And you go out and eat Indian food, bro. You'd have no. And some of the best Indian food is in Canada, to be honest.
Oh, I can totally imagine that.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Population of Indians in Australia is around 750,000.
Wow, that's
in Canada. It's almost 2 million.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
See, 3 times.
Yeah, most of them in fucking
brother.
Niagara Falls.
They have their own city.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. There's a place where there's
Niagara Falls and Bramlett. Every time, have you been to Canada?
I haven't been to Canada.
But you know about Niagara Falls?
Of course.
Right, of course. Yeah. It's like literally every time you go, fucking you just know. There's Indians in the park, on the benches, by the railing, all group photos, like 25 of them.
25 of them.
Like rolling down the street, holding hands, you know what I'm saying? Like
near Niagara Falls.
In Niagara Falls, no, it's a takeover.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't.
They love Niagara Falls. That's like their resort. That's Indians don't go to Mexico. They go to Niagara Falls.
You want to find some Indians? Go to Niagara Falls.
No, I don't like hot. I want to go to the falls. I just love water. Like the Punjabs,
like
they drink water.
5 rivers, water. Yeah,
5 rivers, 5 waterfalls.
5 waterfalls. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I didn't realize why would they love Niagara Falls. I thought that would be the least Indian visited place.
Right?
Yeah. I would have thought. But anyway, okay, that's good to know.
That's what I thought too. I feel like I don't know what it is, and it's so innocent. Indians. It's such an innocent. They always have. I feel like they always have innocent intentions. Like I feel like they're the most touristy people in a way.
Yeah,
like I don't know what it is.
That's a good one.
Like,
yeah,
because even in Canada, we go to the U.S., Australia. Whenever I see Indian people, I'm like, they're just. I feel like they're moving around like tourists.
Moving around like tourists. Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're just exploring and like.
So I think back. Maybe like 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, Indian people were not like major travelers, right? They would only go to like nearby places around India. But I think that has changed now. You're right. Like I'm seeing a lot of Indian people traveling now and going to different places. And the people you're talking about who travel in groups are mostly the people, a lot of them, I don't want to stereotype, but a lot of them.
Do it. Stereotype right now.
A lot of them are from Gujarat, man.
Oh yeah?
They travel in packs.
Because they're rich, they have money.
They have money, and also they like to travel in packs. They have huge, big families. Have you heard of the Patels? Have you heard that surname, Patels?
Patels?
Half the Indian people I know are Patel.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Oh, you're saying Patel?
Patels are all from Gujarat.
Patel. I was like, is that a new one?
Patel.
Oh, of course.
Man, you have a harder Indian accent than me when you do it. Like, I can't say Patel like that.
Buddy, I grew up in Toronto. There's 2 million Indians, right?
Yeah. I think you will fit better in India now than I can.
Probably, yeah. I wouldn't mind. I feel like I would crush in India too. By the way, I was telling Aditya this. I was like, I feel like I would make a career in India.
Yeah, absolutely. You wouldn't be able. I think if you live in India for 5 years, you'll probably forget your identity and you just assimilate right in. Yeah.
Start speaking Hindi. Fucking, I'm Desi now. Like whatever.
People will be calling you like, "Oh, Neema." That's how they will address you, man.
Yeah. In Gujarati, my boy's Gujarati, Monil, and Monil. I'm not saying that, but Monil is his name. He always, whenever he calls me or addresses me, he's like Nimada. Yeah. But it's interesting, man. Like growing up around so many Indians.
Yeah.
I actually feel more comfortable around them in a way.
Yeah.
Same. I was telling, being in Australia especially, right? It's like I was telling Shaka, like the Kenyan comedian, I was like, being here, it's almost like there's no black people either. There's no black people in Australia.
Yeah, not many.
I actually feel more at home when there's more black people around me, and because in Canada too, right? It's like very multicultural, right? It's like that's why with Indians and Asians is no problem. It's like everywhere you go. Indians too, for the most part. But yeah, even like seeing like there's no Jamaicans or fucking island people, right? But then when I see them, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like I feel something,
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel that way because it's maybe different from because India it's just all Indians. But do you ever feel that way when you're here in Australia in general with maybe other Indian people or
like not feeling home? Or?
Yeah. Like, does that ever happen to you?
No, I mean, when I came to Australia, I was really young. I was like 20 years old. So when I moved, so I was just stupid and naive, and I was really cocky as well for some reason.
Who isn't at that age?
I mean, I don't know why I thought that what happened was before I came to Australia, I was working in a call center, and I was talking to Americans, and I had an upper hand because I was not selling stuff. I was collecting money. So I don't know if it's still the case, but back in the day in Safeway, you could write checks. You could write a check, and that would bounce sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So I was doing collections on that. So I felt like I had an upper hand on white people now because I had spoken to them in that sort of way, whereas the hierarchy was reversed, and I was like, "Give me my money, motherfucker." So I was really cocky when I came to Australia, and I was just like, I felt I was superior to all the other brown people, right? I was like, "Man, I have got this," and I had this fake American accent, and I was just like talking to people, and I was really confident, and I was asking people random shit, like, I know we were looking for a housemate, and I just walked up to a girl and said, "Would you?" And there was like two boys, and it was like, "We've got a spare room. Would you like to live with us? We're looking for a roommate." Just randomly on the
street,
in the university.
Oh,
like randomly, just like, and I was like, I was never this confident in my life ever, and I felt I was in a different country. Now I'm a different. Nobody knows me. I'm just gonna change my personality suddenly. But that didn't last very long. It was very fake, and
you got humbled.
And I'm just. This is now I am who I am, right? I got back to my original personality, but I didn't feel I was in an alien country for some reason.
You didn't?
No, I did not. Oh. I felt I was okay. Because I think firstly, when I moved here, I moved into this block of 9 units, all Indians. So I felt like I was still home, right? I was like, there's like 55 Indians living in like 9 2-bedroom units.
Yeah, classic.
It's like walking around in their singlets and
in their sandals.
And there's like turmeric everywhere. Just like it's
blasting
amazing.
Fucking Indian music, you know.
Yeah,
some AP Dylan
parties, and then from there I made some friends, and 5 of us moved into a big house, and I was very Indian for 2 years of the first 2 years of when I was studying. I just didn't feel I was in Australia really. I was talking in Hindi mostly. Hardly speaking English, right? Only when I was driving taxis as well, of course, as you do.
As you should.
As you should.
Yeah. And there's a rite of passage for
Indians. That's like graduation. So that's the only time I was speaking English most of the time. So and that sort of, I think, eased me into Australia. Mm. And then I assimilated into the sort of the white ways of being when I started working.
Like what?
When I started, after I finished my uni, I started working at this IT company, and really young people, like all 24, 25-year-olds. So that helped me assimilate then. I was drinking every day and all that stuff. I wasn't even a big drinker. And then I just suddenly went from that to being almost an alcoholic, drinking on like Tuesday afternoons at 3 p.m. and that sort of shit.
Why were you drinking in the afternoon?
Because that was the culture of the company, man. It was all young people run by a young person. Yeah, IT company, but it's like really young people. It's like a startup.
Oh.
And the boss, he didn't pay us. We didn't used to get paid on time. We would get paid like once every month for a week, and he'd be like, "Oh, no, I'll give you shares. It's gonna be a big thing. It's gonna be the next big product," and all that sort of shit. And we all fell for it because we're all 24-year-olds. And he would just buy us drinks every day. He would be a fridge full of beer, and we would all be drinking, and we'd be drunk by like 7 p.m. puking and sleeping at work and shit like that. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, in the moment it was fun.
I lost a lot of money, but yeah, it was fun.
Right. Yeah. That's the worst manager I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
He literally made your life worse. Because he's like, now you have to beat this alcohol addiction and you have no money.
And you know the most fucked up thing is he's a millionaire now.
Oh.
That's the bit that I hate.
What a snake.
I shouldn't name him, but he's a big deal now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a big
legit.
deal. Yeah, legit.
In Australia?
Yeah, he owns an island now. Yeah.
Epstein's Island?
Yeah. No. He's got his own. It's a small island, but he made millions of dollars after that.
Off pretty much taking advantage of you guys.
That product didn't work out. That company failed, but he built another company. So I admire him for sticking to it. But
probably use it.
You should give me my money now, right?
You should reach out to him.
Yeah, I have.
You have? Did he ever get back to you?
I jokingly said, "Are you going to give us our money?" He just dodges the question.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's wild. You were talking about Patels. What were you saying about Patels?
Yeah, so Patels are traditionally known to travel in packs and also lived, like I have a friend, he's a Patel and he lives in the US, and he lives with his mom, his dad, his children. Everybody lives, and his brother's wife. Everybody lives in one big house, like joint. Do you know the concept of joint families?
Joint family?
Yeah, it's a concept in India.
No.
Where you never leave home. So the generations keep expanding into the same house, and you just keep expanding to a bigger and bigger house, but you never really leave. That's the concept of joint family. So you live with your grandparents, and then the families just keep living together, never leave home.
What? But in like 100 years, you're gonna have a fucking
that's the concept.
A massive banquet hall of people in your house.
At some point it'll sort of at some point it's gonna happen. But that's what they say. Like that the concept of joint family is to never leave. It's a traditional concept, when people used to have unlimited amount of land, and you could expand as much as you liked. That used to be the concept, but obviously that has changed now.
This is an Indian thing? Like
it is an
cultural
Indian thing? Yeah,
in
joint
India.
family. Yeah,
like it's a legal thing, or it's just like
it's a cultural thing.
Oh, so it's just like an unwritten rule almost.
Yeah. So imagine if I lived with my parents, right now, if I was living with my parents and I had kids, and I kept living in the same house, and then we built few more rooms, and then my kids had their kids, and we still kept living in the same house. That
build
kind of
more
stuff.
rooms.
Yeah, and then at some point, a rebel would be born, and they'll be like, nah, fuck it, I can't do this, and they'll move out. And they'll start their own family, and then maybe do the exact same thing, build another family tree in the same house. So that used to happen a lot in India.
Really?
Yeah. It still does. As I said, I have a friend who lives with his parents and his brother's wife and his brother and everyone in the same house. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why though? Why is that a thing?
I think so. The concept was that no old person should ever live alone. So so your parents looked after you. Now you look after your parents and your kids, and then your kids look after you. Right. So you're never alone.
But I feel like that's going to change now that people are more like, especially getting like mixed with Western culture.
Yeah, it's changed already.
Because
it's
like
gone,
some people
gone.
are, especially women too, like they're not willing to have kids as much.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like at some point it's going to die off.
It is dying off already. So in the major city, for example, in my city, in New Delhi, that doesn't happen a lot. But certain people are still upholding those values. But I don't think that's gonna. I don't think it's going to last beyond like say 5-10 years, and it's very, very rare now anyway.
Do you think? Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because of like feminism, or just in terms of like cost of living? Like, there's probably some big reason.
I think people are becoming really self-centered, right? People are becoming really. It's everything is about you mostly for most people, right? It's like I want to make my circle really, really small, so I can do more things that I want to do, as opposed to like, imagine for the younger generation, it is annoying for them to look after their parents, right? Like, you want to have fun and suddenly your parents are sick. Like, I think that's where it's going now. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but that is happening a lot. A lot of people, so in India, there was never a concept, even until like 15 years ago, of the concept of like old age homes. They didn't used to exist.
Oh, really?
One there, yeah. Now they're starting to pop up. Because people are becoming more and more self-centered. A lot of people are deciding not to have kids now, right?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is more common now.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel like the ideology behind that is that you want to live this life for yourself more. I don't want to look after another person. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. But I'm trying to find the root of that cause, though. It's like, do you think it's because of social media? Because, everyone shows you what kind of life you can have on your own, and people are starting to talk about like self-help and self-care and stop feminism, right? It's like independent girl boss shit, like, or just being more independent, and also because I feel like there's less opportunities for a lot of people in different fields. Like, life is getting harder because more people are coming in, and also they're not being paid as much as they think they deserve, and all these things. And I don't know. I feel like for that reason, that's why a lot of people are turned off, because it's like, how are you you can't like rent in Toronto. In Canada is insane. No one's owning anything anytime soon. Like, it's way harder now than 30 years ago. So that's a big part of it, I think, because cost of living is too high.
Cost of living is too high. Yeah, true.
And it's like, how are you going to raise a family? You can't even raise yourself. I can't even raise myself.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's possibly definitely one of the reasons. And also, as you said, exposure to new things. I think back in the day when people used to live with their parents and just like this joint family stuff, I think there wasn't enough exposure. But then people started going into the cities and sort of experiencing a life.
Seeing what's possible.
Yeah, that is possible. So
that's why, the Indians, man, tell you tourists, bro. They're trying to get out of the joint family shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, oh my God, the water is our oyster.
Nah.
You know, they're trying to fucking figure it out, right? It's like, oh my God, like there's so much life out there.
It is. I think there is a little bit of that. Although the people you see traveling in 25 people in packs, those are joint families. Probably.
Yeah. Still common.
Yeah, that's still happening.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Like, is there in the Persian culture, is there a concept of living with your parents with your wife still living with you? That sort of stuff happens?
Yeah. I think it's more common to just like, live in the house with your family until you have a partner.
Okay.
And then when you have a wife or something like that, then like it's more okay to move out on your own.
Okay.
I don't think it's as common as Indians to
live with your parents.
Live with your parents and your wife.
And your wife. Okay.
I think people are doing that now because, like I mentioned, the cost of living.
Yeah.
And all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
But no, it's not as much of a thing, I don't think, in my culture. But nonetheless, like it's more of a very immigrant thing to do.
Yeah.
Of like staying with your family.
Yeah.
I feel like white people, they just leave whenever they want.
When they were 18, like it used to be. I used to watch movies, and I used to had this impression that everybody just leaves home in the West. Everybody just leaves home when they're like 17, 18.
Yeah,
doesn't happen in Australia. Like people are still living with their parents when they're like 20, 22. I think one of the things is probably the rental crisis as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like otherwise, people would 100% leave.
Yeah. It'd be like, Mom, I don't love you so much. Yeah. But, the rent is really high.
Yeah. I hate living here, but like I can't leave. Can you just don't bother me until I leave. All right?
Can I stay in my room for
I'm 18. Don't fucking talk to me anymore. It's time for me to leave.
Yeah.
But you have kids right now?
I have one girl. Yeah.
One girl.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I have one girl, 1.5 years old.
1.5. All right. So it's newborn. Yeah.
Newborn. Yeah.
And is your wife also? She's Indian?
She's Indian. Yeah.
From the same city?
Not from the same city. We met here. Yeah.
Oh, in Australia.
In Australia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. She's from Rajasthan.
Rajasthan. Yeah.
Where all the big forts and everything is.
The big what?
Well, like the desert, and there's lots of forts.
Oh, forests.
Forts.
Forts.
Like the traditional, where the kings used to live. There.
Like the palaces.
Palaces and shit.
Oh,
yeah.
So she's rich.
No, she's not rich. But that's the
family's rich.
That's the vibe of the city. It used to be like that. Now it's obviously all modern and everything.
But it's like Rajasthan is known to be
a very touristy place.
Very like chic and nice, like buildings.
Not really. Very touristy.
Oh, really?
Because of those old structures, people go there to watch. Have you heard of Jaipur? The city Jaipur.
No.
So when people go to India, they go to these three places: Delhi, Agra, because of Taj Mahal.
Agra.
Oh,
Taj Mahal. Okay.
Taj Mahal, and then Jaipur.
Oh.
Jaipur is where all the traditional palaces and old remnants of palaces are.
Sick.
So that's where they go. So those three places.
How did you meet your wife here?
She met through a common friend. She was studying here when I met her. I was working, and we had a common friend, and we actually met. No, actually that's not true. We met through this app called Orkut. Did you ever hear of that?
Orchid?
Yeah.
No.
ORKUT. Orkut. It was pre-Facebook, or started the same time around Facebook.
Okay.
But it was only Indians on that app. Google started it.
Of course.
It was started as an experiment in Google. So it was like a side project for one of the Google employees, and they pushed it out, and all Indians got on it. But only Indians, nobody else. For some reason.
Indians are always number one, eh?
Yeah. I don't know why.
To take over the apps.
Yeah, they just took over, and everybody, and then we sort of stuck with it for a while, and then everybody moved on to Facebook, and it died off. But that's where I met my wife. I saw her on Orkut. It was the same region. I messaged her. She deleted my request. She rejected it a couple of times. Then I kept pursuing, and then,
So persistent.
Yeah, very persistent. Yeah.
I can't help but think of the fucking classic Indian guy meme sliding into DMs.
What is that?
I mean, you don't know the like they're always messaging white girls, like it's a common thing of like, I love your body, ma'am. Hey ma'am, I want your bobs and your vagine pics.
Bobs and vagine. I did not do that.
No, you did. You're more wholesome and more gentleman.
I did not do that to brown girls.
Only white girls. Only white girls.
Nah.
Yeah, when she deleted your request, like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go over the white girls. Hello, ma'am, I need your bobs and vagine, please. please?
Unfortunately, I didn't.
You were a gentleman.
Huh?
You were a gentleman to her.
I think I was also a little bit shy. Like I never, I had this, like everybody used to ask me, man, have you ever, all my friends in India, they're like, did you ever date a white girl? I was like, no, unfortunately not.
Unfortunately.
No. That's a great Indian dream, right?
It is.
Dating a white girl, yeah.
That's so true. It's such a common thing too. Every time I see it too at an audience, I always have to point it out.
Yeah.
It's like that guy won.
Yeah.
He caught a W.
Yeah.
Right. He fulfilled the dream.
He went up a race. Yeah.
He went
dating up a race.
He's dating up. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always dating up.
Yeah. But they not marry them though, right?
Not marrying them.
Not marrying them. Only
Just
dating.
Like you mean like just like having sex with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I didn't want to say it. NeemaNaz's podcast. You can say whatever you like. Because, you can't marry them, right? Because they're very, very dirty.
Very, very dirty.
It's a callback.
It's a nice callback. That's true. I mean, I don't know. Okay, I don't know about you, but I actually agree with that in a way. It sounds fucked up more than it is, but I feel like my whole life, even being in the West, growing up in the Western side of the world, I grew up with every race, right? A lot of white girls, a lot of white people. And even still to this day, even though I'm Canadian, I was born and raised, I still am around white people, and it's not a knock on them. I'm just saying when I'm around white people or white girls specifically, I feel like it's just not connecting there.
Really?
It's never a connection of like we just don't get each other fully.
Did you have white friends? Like
I have. Yeah, like my friends are cool. It's fine. I'm just saying like romantically.
Romantically, okay.
I never felt a connection with white girls.
Yeah.
And I feel, and a lot of my friends were like me, we're not white, people of color, fucking whatever, Indian, Arabs, black, whatever. Yeah. They also always feel the same. And so I was like, it's a common thing to feel that, like I would hook up with white girls in the past or whatever it is, or, like one night stand or whatever some people do. But like in terms of like actually marrying them, it's never a thought.
It's never a thought. Okay.
Because, I feel like when you're marrying someone, there's a lot of implications, right? It's like a lot of cultural shit has to mesh.
Yeah, true.
And it's like not just you, it's like your extended family, your siblings, your parents, family, friends.
Yep.
Like they're all involved now. And if like they can't connect, then that's also shitty.
That is shit. Yeah.
So
do you because you were born in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Do you identify as Canadian or do you identify as...
I identify as trans. But...
Okay. Okay.
No, yeah.
Culturally, do you feel like you're Canadian or you still feel like you're Persian still?
Yeah. Whenever people ask me what my background is or like where I'm from, I always... No matter what the question is, I say I'm from Canada, but I'm Persian.
So you say the full thing.
I never say I'm Canadian.
Okay.
Just Canadian.
Very interesting.
I always have to add that I'm Persian as well.
Yeah.
Because that's why I feel like I am.
You feel like that's your identity.
Yeah, like I'm more immigrant, like Persian than Canadian. I'm both, but yeah. Because like I grew up in a house where I had to speak a different language with my family, with my mom and dad, right? Because their English isn't as great, and even me, like my Farsi isn't amazing, but I almost had to speak Farsi at home in order to connect with my mom and my dad. My dad's much better than my mom is, and like he acclimated much quicker because he had to work all these jobs. He had to drive taxis, he's an engineer, all those things, right? My mom, she never really got into like the circuit with like Canadian people.
Yep.
Like growing up, because she was busy raising me and my brother, working in like Persian restaurants her whole life, as a chef and stuff. So it's like I realized if I didn't learn Farsi, how was I gonna connect with my mom?
And so you realize that they didn't force you to learn Farsi.
No, they did. They didn't force me, but like it's like you have no choice when you're at home all the time and you're with them, right? It's like they speak to you in Farsi. You have no choice but to learn it.
You pick it up.
You pick it up, right? Yeah, and then they did try to like put us into Persian like Farsi school.
Yeah,
I went like once, and I was like, "Fuck this! I don't give a shit."
Typical
He did a little bit
immigrant.
more. Yeah, typical immigrant shit, right? And then you just neglect it, you forget it. You're like, "Fuck this," because you're around like other races and cultures and like white people, and you're like, "Oh, I don't want to fucking." Sometimes you feel embarrassed.
Yeah,
it's like some weird shame you have as a kid.
Really? Okay,
I don't know
speaking your own language.
Yeah, I don't know if you feel that way, like or like when you're around like people who are not your race, or even more so like white people, to be honest, because I don't know what it is, man. It's like I always felt like I was being judged for being a immigrant or like, you know, speaking a different language.
Yeah.
Especially like in school, like if there was parent teacher and my mom would come, it was always like a common thing where like, you know, the teacher's talking to us in English and then like I would have sometimes translate to my mom and then she would speak in Farsi to me in front of this teacher.
Yep.
And I feel like a little bit embarrassed. I'm like,
I can see why you would feel that because you were born in Canada, right? So you probably identified more as, in school you identified more as Canadian than Persian. So you feel like, oh, this is, I can understand.
It's almost like it's like a taboo thing in a way, being Persian. And when I was growing up, maybe.
Yeah.
But that was because maybe, like when you're young and you're growing up, you know, you don't really understand anything.
Yeah.
You're just trying to figure it out. But
I wonder if you feel the same way. Say you had your granddad or whatever, he could understand a word of English, and you were with some friends who were speaking only English. Would you feel the same way? You would feel a little bit awkward?
If my grandfather
was around in the same room
and he only understood Farsi.
And you're with your friends who only speak English, would you feel a little bit weird that you guys are talking English and he doesn't understand? Or would that be okay?
Yeah, it would be weird.
It would be weird.
I wouldn't even want those people to be in the same room.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't know what it is. I don't know what the reason is, to be honest. It's just
I sometimes feel is it a hierarchical thing? You feel like I know for a lot of Indians, they still have the fear of the whites. Because we were ruled
Indian people?
Indian people. Because
they fear whites.
They fear whites. Because it's like, because Britishers ruled us for 300 years, right? So there's a bit of that hangover that somebody conquered you and ruled you for so many years. So you fear them, right?
Oh, wow.
And that's just into our genes now. So especially when you've never been to a foreign country like the West, Australia, America, or whatever, if you meet a white person on the streets of New Delhi, for example, you would feel like they're gods, right? Like they're a race up. Like you always feel that. You always feel inferior. A lot of people have that. Yeah, of course.
Even to this day?
Even to this day, yeah. I think, actually it's changing now. With the new generation, it's changing. It's changed a lot more than it used to be. But I think there's still that little bit of fear of the whites.
Wow.
Right? If there's a white person in the room, they will get a little bit more attention from all the brown people. They would talk to him a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, they feel like there's something there. And we can't explain it, but you lose it. You lose that a little bit as you sort of live in Australia as an example, and you have more exposure. But there is that. Yeah. So I feel like, is that the reason why I would feel a little bit more embarrassed because I feel English is the superior language. Why is this person not speaking the superior language in front of my superior friends? I don't know.
Yeah,
that feeling.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's exact. Yeah, I think you just summed up how I feel about it.
Yeah,
because that's how I felt about it when I was growing up.
Yeah,
when I was around my friends, even or anyone, I was in public.
Okay,
like you speak English in Canada. That's the #1 first language. If my mom was beside me and she would be speaking in Farsi, I'd be like, oh fuck, like, you know, it's like this person's judging me.
Yeah,
for not speaking their language.
Yep.
I had this. I don't know what it was. I had this weird feeling. I'm like, it's embarrassing. It's a little embarrassing. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way now.
Yeah.
I've completely changed how I see the world. Like as I've gotten older. Right now, I don't give a shit. Like I'll go in front of anybody and I'll speak Farsi to my mom.
Yep.
I won't care because like I realize there's much more to life than just worrying about dumb shit like that.
Once you have 400,000 Instagram followers, not much can intimidate you, can it?
You're right. Yeah, you know, king of the world, right? No, but it's the superiority thing, man. It's I felt that too when I was a kid, and it's so fucked to think about now, and I feel bad to this day. Yeah, you know, just even thinking about it, but I would always feel like white people, even for me, they were superior to me.
Yeah,
you know, because I'm not white.
Yeah,
like I could pass
white.
I could
easily pass to
easily, right? Yeah. I didn't feel white. I didn't feel Canadian. You know what I'm saying? Like I still felt like an immigrant, like I'm lesser.
Yeah.
Which sounds fucked. And so that and because of that, there, like for example, there was a time in grade school. I was like grade 7 or 8, I think. There was a bunch of us. I think it was like a school event or like a certain event activity for after school sports, and our team was going out to eat at a Chinese buffet during like lunch hours. And it was me and a few of my other classmates, and like a lot of them white people, a couple Chinese, whatever. And our parents came with us. Now, in this group of friends and their parents, everybody spoke pretty good English except for my mom. And so,
man, that would get a child, obviously.
Sorry?
That I can see what that would do to a child. Like, you're 7, 8. Yeah.
Right. But the reason why I'm explaining this is because this is where my mind was at the time every time I think about this, I feel terrible because, so what happened was, we all get to this Chinese buffet and, all my friends go in with their parents, everyone's talking in English and stuff and whatever. And I was so embarrassed that my mom couldn't really have a conversation with the other parents that I literally told my mom, I was like, oh, like, can you just like, in my language, I was like, just like I don't know, you're not gonna have any conversations. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was like, what are you gonna talk about? Like, it'll be weird, like if you come, like, can you just stay in the car?
Oh,
yeah, I know, I fucked up, and then I did that because I was so afraid of what they would think, about my mom and me.
Yep.
And so I literally like, and like, the fucked up part is like, she's so understanding too, which is like why I feel even worse. Yeah. Because like, she's like just like a wholesome immigrant mom. You know what I'm saying? Like she doesn't give a fuck. Whatever she can do to make her son happy.
Whatever makes little Neema happy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever is nice, I do for her.
I'll do for
him.
Yeah.
And the fact, like, that's what makes it worse. She's like, okay, like whatever, like, okay, whatever. Like, and like she was sad, obviously. Now in retrospect, I look back, I'm like, I obviously upset her. Because she doesn't, she probably wishes she wasn't embarrassing her son the way I mentioned it to her. And 2, she wishes she could just hang out with me and the other people in the restaurant, right? And because she also liked Chinese food and like wanted to, eat too, but it's just, it's fucked up,
I don't know how a child would react differently though. Like if you had this, like now, like if you had this much awareness as you do right now and you were in that situation, how would you do it differently as a child? Even if you were aware, right? Like it's very hard. Like it's very hard on a child. I think that's how I would have reacted as well.
Right now. Yeah, fucking tearing up, thinking about it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's like, it's fucked up. I don't know. It's fucking hitting me, man.
Hey, is this podcast supposed to be funny?
Yeah.
Emotionally, man.
I mean, it happens. Fucking, it's,
hey man, is this the first time you've cried on your podcast?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
You okay, man?
Yeah, you're lucky, bro.
Yeah. You got to see NeemaNaz cry.
First time seeing me tear up, bro.
Very emotional.
It's fucked up, because you feel bad. You're like, fuck, man. And the fact that it's kind of like it's not traumatic, or it's more so just like you don't want to upset your family,
Yeah, never. Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked. And I literally did that. I said that, and then I went inside, fucking eating Chinese food, stuffing my face, getting fat, and then she's just in the car. Like, it's just pretty shitty that I did that. But all that to say, that's why I feel like you feel, even growing up in Canada, I felt like there was a superiority complex.
Yep.
With like white people, and I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying, like, it's, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's more so, I don't know, because you start learning more about the history of people.
Yeah.
In the world, and invasion, right? British invaded India and all this stuff, and you're like, fuck.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. It's like, but that was so long ago. Why are we feeling this now?
Yeah. Yeah. It is very interesting. Like it's hard for me to understand like this feeling, because neither am I in your situation where you grew up in Canada, nor am I in your parents' situation where I can't talk or like communicate.
Yeah.
So I'm in somewhere in the middle. I've always felt a little bit weird in Australia for that particular reason. I'm always confused who I am as my identity, right? Like, have I become an Australian now because I've got an Australian passport?
Yeah.
Or am I still Indian? Right? I still support India, the cricket. So, who am I? So I think it's extremely confusing for people like me who sort of assimilated, but not really.
You're non-binary.
It's non-binary. Yeah, I don't know what I identify as.
There's no labels. It's just you're 82 genders in one.
Yeah, I don't know what, but it's going to be like that, unfortunately, for the next 20 years of my life.
100%.
Like, yeah.
And like, would you, when you're with your friends and you're speaking Hindi, and Do you speak any other languages, by the way?
Nah.
Just Hindi, right?
Just Hindi, yeah.
Is there different dialects of Hindi?
There is, but it's not very common to speak that outside of, like, it's dying, those dialects are. There's
really?
village people who speak in certain dialects.
Okay.
Like my granddad used to speak a little different dialect.
Oh.
But it's not really, never outside of Australia do I hear that.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you're with your friends here in Australia or any Western part of the world, and you're speaking Hindi with your friends, and let's say you're on public transit or just in a public place, and there's non-Hindi speakers around you, and specifically white people, do you ever feel judged? Do you ever feel judgment around you?
I would feel that if I was in, I would feel more of that if I was in, say, in a meeting room at work or something, and I had another Indian person, I was speaking Hindi, because we sort of have a little bit of a relationship with these other people. But if it's complete strangers, I don't feel it so much. I can still talk Hindi, and I don't know. I used to. Like when I was new to the country, I would speak in English in bus, public transport, but I realized that I think that bit is. I think I learned this from the Asian people, the Chinese. They don't
give a fuck.
No, man.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Just yelling on the bus.
Yelling. Yeah, that's the. I used to work with a Chinese person, and I used to be in the same room, same office, and he used to talk to his parents during lunch break, and he used to yell. He used to be like, I'll give you the volume. This is the volume. Nah. Like this volume. He used to, like, this is the volume that he used to talk at. Man, and I put up with it for like 2 or 3 days. And after that, I was like, man.
Wait, what happened after? You told them?
I just told them, you gotta go outside and talk, man. You can't do this. This is torture. Yeah. Surely. It was. Yeah.
Just fucking 30 minutes straight.
It was louder than my screaming. I can't scream that loud.
That's crazy.
I thought, is he having a fight? Or
no, it's just how they speak.
Nah, it's like,
I think that's a cultural thing for them too.
Yeah, it is a cultural
It's just like, I saw this video recently actually. Someone posted on TikTok. They were in China on a train, and everybody is on speakerphone. No one's wearing headphones.
Yep.
One person's blasting music, whatever it is. One person's on YouTube watching blasting the sound on the YouTube video. One person's yelling on the phone, FaceTime.
Wow.
So some woman's sleeping up, like standing up.
How is that even possible for anyone to understand anything?
Is this are we in a fucking different dimension here? Like, what is going on over there? Literally, people are like, oh, wow, next person behind it, like, how are you not distracted constantly?
Hey, was this actual Chinese? What you just said?
No,
Okay. that sounded legit.
Right. Well, I mean, I've heard it so much, I can pretty much imitate. Yeah, but yeah, it's so wild how it's so different.
Yeah.
And then they come here, and I can understand why other people who don't understand that, they'd fully judge it. Be like, what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, I didn't judge it. It's just like, how do you put up, like, it's just totally it's inconvenience, and it's more than inconvenience. I can't do my job. If somebody is screaming in the same room as I am, I'm not used to it, so I can't do my job. So I don't know. I felt a bit rude in saying that, like asking him to get the fuck out of there. But I don't know.
In your heavy Indian accent.
Yeah.
Dude, can you stop talking like this? Imagine you yelled at him in Hindi to get out.
In Hindi to get out. Nah, I can't.
What other words do you use in Hindi to like kind of like be like, I don't know,
like abusive words?
Not like swear words, more so just like, yo, get out of here, or like
get the fuck out of here. Banchod is Delhi favorite. Banchod. And it's said the way I'm saying it.
Banchod?
Banchod. I think that sound doesn't exist in most languages. It's a little bit of a r sound. It's a r.
Say it again?
Banchod.
Banchod.
Yeah, very close. Yeah.
Banchod.
Where Bombay people say it very different, which I don't like. Yeah.
Really?
People from Mumbai say Benchod.
Benchod. All right, it is different. I know that.
Yeah, and that's easier to say.
Yeah, Benchod, yeah.
I don't think it's the correct pronunciation. It doesn't have the same impact.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I naturally, when I say it on stage sometimes, like when there's Indian people, like I do more like you just said.
Yeah, you do a little.
I like to like get into it. I'm over exaggerating it, but I think naturally, just by accident, I've been doing it that way.
Yeah, because you're exposed to the Punjabi way of saying it.
Yeah, so exactly. Because Punjabi say it too?
Punjabi say it like that. It's very close to this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you're so different though.
No, I'm from Delhi. So Delhi has got a very big Punjabi influence. Because it's all north, right? Delhi is sort of just south of Punjab, basically.
Oh, okay.
Southeast.
Interesting.
If I have my directions right. Yeah.
Yeah,
very close. Share the borders. Yeah.
It's so weird how they have such a different religion than like the next place over, right?
Yeah.
There's 6.
Delhi doesn't have Delhi is like Australia, really. It's a land of immigrants from different cities, except it's from different cities. So
within India.
Within India, yeah. So everybody used to go to 2 places to work, predominantly Delhi and Mumbai. Those are 2 main hubs where you could find work. So a lot of people migrated to those cities to find work. So that city has become like, and there is certain people who are like dominant, like Punjabis.
Yeah.
And people from Bengal, like Kolkata. So those 2 people are dominant. Those 2 dominant cultures in Delhi. But then there's all sorts of people from different cultures. So when you grow up in Delhi, you were exposed to a lot more sort of Indian cultures than, say, if you grew up in, like, I don't know, Gujarat. Yeah, as an example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because you mentioned earlier about, you know, Pakistan and India separating. But I feel like there's so many separate things within India, right? With, like you're saying about the states.
Absolutely.
And like I feel like Punjab is like one of the more different ones compared to the rest of India. No?
They're all different in their own ways, man. Punjab has gone global because they've traveled a lot.
Right.
Their music has gone global, right?
That's
And they're also a lot of rich people come from Punjab as well. They're very business minded, make a lot of money. So I think that's why Punjab has become the epicenter of, you know, how people perceive India.
Yeah.
There's got a big Punjabi influence. Punjab and Bollywood, basically, those 2 things become the identity of India in the West.
Well, Punjabis, they own all the dealerships in Canada.
Yeah, they do as well.
They fucking love dealerships. Like we have a guy Nav Bhatia who's he's Punjabi, and he's like a lifelong Toronto Raptors fan. Like,
really?
You know Toronto Raptors, like the NBA team?
I've heard.
Basketball team,
I don't follow it, but
right. But it's like my city's NBA city team, right? Nav Bhatia is like, he's been going to every single game since the inaugural team started in 1996 or 1996. And he's Punjabi. Like he's literally like the biggest Toronto Raptor. He's the biggest,
like a rich guy.
He's loaded.
Yeah,
he owns like 12 dealerships across Canada.
Sits in the box seat at NBA.
He sits right in the court. Like literally he has a dedicated seat for like the past almost 30 years. Yeah. So there's a lot of Punjabis who are like that, where they they fucking own everything. They're rich. Yeah.
They're very hardworking.
Hardworking, yeah.
And they've been in that country for generations, so they've obviously made a lot of money.
Right.
Now that's
but like they also have a different religion, right? Because they're Sikhs.
So this is the myth that not all Punjabis are Sikhs.
That's true. Yeah. Because not all of them wear the turban either.
No. A lot of Sikhs have also gone away from wearing a turban, but not all Punjabi. So there's people. So Punjabi is not a religion. Punjabi is just, if you come from the region of Punjab, you are Punjabi.
It's just like it's like
a state.
It's like your ethnic background almost.
It's state. Yeah. It's not ethnic even. It's just a state, right? And as by virtue of living in that state, you learn that language.
Right.
So I could, if I lived in Punjab, I would be a Punjabi. Right?
Oh, okay.
Just by that.
I have learned recently that it's a choice to not wear a turban in Punjab.
In the Sikh religion. Sorry, man. I think this is getting very technical. So
no, it's good.
But in the Sikh religion, there is no choice. Like, there's no choice. But people are choosing to do that and still calling them, because they've got these 5 things that you need to. If you want to be a practicing Sikh, you have to have 5 things, right? There's the hair, the comb, the dagger.
Yeah, and the wrist.
Kada. The wrist thing. Yeah, kada.
Yeah, kada. Yeah.
Is that 5? I think that's 5.
That's 4.
Yeah, that's 4. What am I missing?
The shoes, the fucking.
Nah. So it'll come to
something.
Me.
Yeah. Oh, the thing. The is there not like a thing in the turban?
No. That's just to fix the turban. Yeah. Okay. So the turban is not the thing. The hair is the thing. You never cut your hair, basically.
Yeah, you can't cut your hair. Yeah.
Also, in Hindi, it all starts with a K sound. So kesh is hair. Kada, kirpan is the dagger. I can't get the 5th one. I can't remember. Anyway.
Karala.
Yeah. Anyway, those 5 things you have to follow as a practicing Sikh, basically. Yeah.
Interesting. When you started doing comedy, did you start in India?
I did not start in India, actually. No, I have done comedy in India, but after I went back to India from here. But the first gig I did ever was here in Australia, and it was actually in my workplace. It was like a cultural night. or cultural afternoon, and everybody was telling people about their cultures, and I decided to do this little skit that I had thought of in my mind, never written it down, and I thought I'll just go and do it, and everybody just lost their shit, and I was like, fuck, this is, when you say shit and people laugh, this is fun, right? I want to try this.
This is IT?
And this was, it was an IT company, but the stuff that I spoke about was more sort of about cultural, about India, how the West perceives India, basically. There's a bit of a parody on that, basically. So that's what I did. But it took me like fucking 3 years after that to get on stage. It's hard, man.
I know.
It's hard getting on stage.
Yeah, but then what made you finally make that jump to get on stage?
I was watching so much comedy, day and night. I was watching like videos of people.
Who?
Like all the Indian comedians mostly. And Russell Peters. We all grew up in Russell Peters. Yeah. I've been watching Russell Peters since 2009. And I did my first gig in 2018.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, fuck, this is fun. And then 3 years later, after that the thing that I did in 2015, that cultural afternoon. And then 2018, my wife was like, this is enough. I'm going to book you a comedy course. You go and do this course and you're going to get on stage.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, all right, I'll do it.
She did it for you?
Yeah, she booked me the course. And I went there. And then, and as part of that course, it's a school in Melbourne, actually. It's called School of Hard Knock Knocks. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't.
Yeah, the guy who runs Golden Gate Hotel, just where we are doing our gigs in Roxy's?
Yeah.
Maury Morgan. Have you heard of his name?
Oh, yeah, the older guy, right?
Yeah, older guy, yeah. He runs the School of Hard Knock Knocks.
So
what they do is they teach you for 3 days, and on the fourth, you have a graduation. On the fourth day, you have a graduation night.
Do like a 5-minute
set. 10-minute set.
Oh.
Yeah, that sort of gets you out of stage fear and all that sort of shit.
Interesting. That's pretty sick. And what happened when you did it? Like, it went well?
The first one was it was okay. I was really nervous. I forgot to take the mic out of the stand, so I did most of the gig like this, and I was like doing it like that. So
yeah,
I sort of fucked up a little bit, but that sort of gave me some comfort. I can get on stage and do a gig in front of 60 people, and I'm not gonna die. You know, nothing is gonna happen.
No, literally.
Yeah.
That's sick. And then what? You just kind of like started doing the open mics and getting after that.
Yeah, after that it was just like open mics and I got to open for very early on. I did this really stupid thing, which I probably in retrospect I shouldn't have done. Is that I just started contacting all the big Indian comedians who were visiting Australia. I was like, "Can I open for you? I'm a comedian," and I started saying I'm a comedian Indian comedian. I was barely a comedian. Yeah. And they were like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah, you could do it." And I don't think they realized that
how amateur you are,
how amateur I am, and how small the Hindi comedy scene in Australia is, because that was all Hindi language comedy.
It's all Hindi.
Yeah, so I couldn't even practice it. What? So I opened in front of like 300 people, and I was doing those jokes for the first time ever.
Bombed.
Yeah, and it worked.
Oh, it worked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Luckily for me.
Okay, so you got lucky.
Yeah, you know how is that your experience? Your first few jokes always work. The very first 3 jokes that you write.
Yeah, pretty much.
They give you this false sense of
100%.
Like,
it's always like that. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, what the fuck? This is easy. And then slowly but surely, you realize how fucking shit you are.
Yeah.
For so long.
Yeah.
And then finally, you realize, okay, man, I need to work on this and this and this and this.
Exactly.
Reps. And then finally you get to the point where you find your voice. Yeah. And then stuff starts to start hitting.
And then gets a little bit easier.
Yeah. But then it gets hard again. And then harder easier again. And then hard.
It's like bringing up a baby is exactly like that.
Yeah.
Like comedy is exactly like bringing up a baby. It gets hard, easy, and yet sometimes you feel like, oh, you're on top of the world, right? Oh, I've got this, and then you bomb at a really simple gig where everybody else is killing, and you're like, fuck, there's something wrong with me. Right? You lose confidence.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Would you say doing comedy is harder or raising a baby?
Oh, raising a baby is much harder, man. Yeah,
really?
Doing comedy is because
now it's a breeze for you.
You're because you have a choice. Doing comedy, you have a choice. You could take an off night, right? You could be sick. You could ask other comedians to do 3 more minutes and a lineup show. Or if it's your solo, you can, at most, you can cancel it and lose some money. Baby, if they need you, man. You could be sick as a dog and you have to look after them, right? It's like the everyday grunt that gets you. But it's I have to end it like this right now. It's the most beautiful thing you will ever do. Yeah. I cannot just leave it at its heart.
Let's do another 20 minutes of you sad about baby.
I have learned from all the pain. You have to finish with this line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest like challenge, but also one of the best things about raising your baby?
The best things is when you wake up in the morning and she says hi. I don't know, she's starting to learn to say hi, and she wakes you up and she just a little tap, and then she's like hi, and then it brings. I think it almost makes me cry every time I hear that.
It does make you cry.
Yeah, and like I have like breaks my heart when I have to go like traveling. Like I did not cry for the first 38 years of my. I don't remember crying. I cried as a child, obviously. After that, I don't remember crying as an adult. And now I just cry every time I'm just like saying goodbye, and it's tears pop out. And my wife is like, "What the fuck is going on? Why are you crying?"
I don't know you like this.
Yeah, what is going on? And I'm just crying like a baby. I'm like, I don't want to go. So that's the most beautiful thing. The emotions that come out of a man, I think, when you become a dad. I mean, the bad things are obviously like, it's not a bad thing, but it's like sacrifices that you have to make, obviously. Can't go out as much. Can't do as much comedy. Like, I can't hustle like the 20-year-olds, right? Like doing 7 gigs a night, come back from Sydney, 6:30 on stage again. Fuck that shit, man.
Hey, man, I'm married to the game.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. While I'm single, I'm gonna take advantage.
Do you think about having kids ever?
Like, a little bit. I don't know.
Do you have a philosophy on it?
Yeah. I agree with the philosophy of having a family.
Yep.
I think it brings way more value into your life and more meaning and purpose to help, even help further other parts of your life. I think, because I feel like it would put a fire under your ass to like really make it.
Yep.
In comedy.
Yeah.
Specific to what I'm doing right now, to provide for the kid or wife, right? All those things. So yeah, I mean, like I eventually I think would want kids. I mean, I want a partner more than anything. Okay. Right? Like I don't care about bullshit fucking games and hooking up and stuff like that, really. Like it's more so I would want a ride or die partner first, obviously. And with the right woman, then I probably, because I don't know what it feels like right now. It's hard to tell, but I feel like if I'm in love with a woman and like she's my ride or die, she's the perfect woman for me, then like I feel like I would strongly want to have kids at that point. But for now, I don't know, because it's like whether I have it or not, it's not a huge deal, to be honest, because I'm just focusing on my shit. But like it sounds great, but we'll see. I don't know.
It's not something you think about right now, right? I guess you start thinking about it when you're sort of close to getting married or have a long-term partner. That's when you start thinking, I want a family.
I feel like, because women do this much better than men do. I think women, they envision a long life with a guy. Yeah, it's like pretty much as soon as they meet them, within the first like day or week or whatever, because they have to think about these things. Yeah, because they're also on a biological clock too. Yeah, especially with wanting to have kids, right? So they got to think about the future more. Yeah. But for men, I feel like they're more in the moment or like in the present with the relationship specifically. But yeah, I agree. It's like you have to almost feel it first. You have to feel love first. Yeah. And then maybe that changes. I don't know. Is that how it was for you?
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted. I don't know. I had this impression. I always wanted kids. Like even when I was like in my early 20s, I used to think, oh man, I used to tell my friends, I was like, man, I want to have kids really early, get it over with. So when I'm like 40, my kids would be like 15, 16-year-olds, and then I'll be like laughing, right? I'll have a second life. But I didn't get to do that for whatever reason. I think got busy, my perspective changed. I came to Australia and all those things happened. So I had a baby. I'm 40 now. So I'm my
You're
first.
40?
Yeah, I'm 40. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man. You're not gonna release this podcast anymore. It's like this podcast is for young people. You old fuck.
No, it's weird. It's even Aditya, bro. This guy's fucking 41.
He
looks like a baby.
He does look young. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to fucking slap him around. He looks so young, I want to fucking throw him into the wall.
Tell him what to do in life. Yeah.
Yeah, get it together, you kid.
29, is it?
I'm 29.
29. Yeah. Man, you're. I must say this. I had when I met you for the first time, I had a really different impression of what you would be like than now. Yeah.
Why?
I thought you would be like a fuck boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like just like fucking around, which you probably are right now.
No.
That's not.
People do think that. Yeah. Because of like, I guess my lifestyle, or like I'm single and I have a following and shit. Like it's a common thing people think.
Yeah, I didn't have this impression of you being like this deep that you are. Like now that I'm having this conversation, I'm also having spoken to you a few more times.
Right.
Yeah.
No, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, I like to think I am deep and I have more than just being funny and just kind of loose cannon, you know? But that's the thing. I don't do, that's the funny part is like, a first impression is fair. You know, the way I dress, I get it. Because right now I'm also like in the midst of losing weight and like I have shitty clothing and I just wear whatever, and it's like I wear a hat and a chain. It's like classic. Oh, this guy's a fuckboy.
Fuckboy,
right? But
there's nothing wrong with being a fuckboy in the 20s, right?
No, like, of course, exactly. I'm single, so technically it's fine. But I don't know. I was never who I am. Yeah, obviously, but and it's also like a Persian thing. I feel like Persians like to like dress with like jewelry and stuff like that. Yeah, that's why maybe it seems like that way. But but yeah, man, like it's not something I think I'm the furthest thing away from a fuckboy at this point. It's like,
were you ever in that space in your life? And when you were really young,
like
you were
for sure. Like you have tendencies all the time. Like I'm gonna talk to this girl, fucking try to hook up with this girl, whatever it is. Like it's natural, right? Most guys do that, but then like it very quickly changed for me in this past couple of years at least. Because I don't know, I just like I'm so focused on this, on the career and my health at this point, especially, and I can't distract myself any more than I already have my whole life because I've dealt with food addiction and still battling it, losing weight, fucking going through those problems, anxiety, fucking never having a relationship. It's like I want those things. I want those nice things. But
can I ask you about food addiction? Yeah, because I have that as well. Okay. I have the same problem, and I'm trying to get over it. And I got over it for a while in my life. I had a stage where I was really healthy, and I was like, I was almost underweight for a little while. I was a fat kid.
Oh, really?
Really fat kid. Always like lots of bullying and all that. So I've been through that. So I lost a lot of weight in my when I was like 17, 18, and I kept that. And now my food addiction is back. And it's the same feeling that I had as a child, right? Like I just want to demolish food as soon as I see it, right? What was your like?
You're speaking to the fucking king of that.
Is that how it started? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, I mentioned it briefly in my stand up too about like when my parents would argue, I would always want to like go to the fridge and eat all the food. Oh. It's like a real thing, right? Some people have coping mechanisms. Other people do drugs, drink. I don't do any of those things. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Like shisha once in a while, but And like, thank God I don't do those things. Yeah. Right? Because then fucking even more problems. But for me, it was always, the food, bro. It's like I was always triggered or like quickly convinced and easily persuaded to eat anything that was in front of me. Yep. At all times. Yep. I could walk down the streets, see people eating a sandwich, a burger, fucking this restaurant, that restaurant, this takeout place. And my mind's always like wandering. I'm like obsessed with it. Oh man, I wish I could eat that. Like this is the thoughts I have. It's like, oh fuck, I wish I could eat that right now. Oh, I want to eat that. I should try this. Oh, this looks good. Oh, I gotta try this food. It's always constantly in your brain. Yep. And it's hard to fucking beat that because why? Because food addiction is one of the harder addictions because you have to eat every day. Yep. You need food to survive. Yeah. So it's like, how do you separate the two, right? So that was always an issue for me.
To even acknowledge it as an addiction is very hard because you don't realize whether you're eating or you're addicted to it, right? It's a fine line between that. Mine is much worse actually. I have this thing where it goes to the extent where if I'm going out with people, I used to happen a lot more and I look at food on the table and we are sharing.
Oh, you want to eat all of it?
I was like, in my mind, there's a competition there. It's like, fuck, I want the maximum chunk. Even if I'm full, I want the maximum chunk out of that, right? Like that's the extent of my food addiction, man.
I 100%. I'm exactly the same way. Yeah. There were so many times where like we would go out to eat with friends, and I would not only focus on my own food, I'm watching everybody else's food. Okay. Just in case they don't finish, I'm ready to pounce. I'm like,
oh man, this is exactly the shit I used to do as a child. Like
bro, I was doing this until fucking last year.
Yeah. But you can't, right? Did you do that? Like, did you ask for people for leftovers?
Well, I wouldn't ask. Like, I got so good over the years of like inserting myself without being subtle without.
And these are your friends or?
Yeah, friends.
Okay.
Like I would never do with like strangers really.
No,
like,
I'm saying even with friends, there's a little bit of a politeness thing where you don't. I don't know.
It is, but it's also shameful because you're like, I don't want them to judge me.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, right?
Yes.
But then like, you kind of make light of it because I'm a comedian. I'm funny. Like I'd be like, yo, man, like you gonna finish that, bro?
Yeah.
And like,
you would say that. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I'd be like, yo, man, like you're not gonna finish that. And it's like, nah, you want it? I was like, all right, fuck yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you almost act like you don't really want it. You're like, oh fuck, I don't know. Like I'm pretty full, but all right, fuck yeah. And then they're like, yeah, just finish. Like, and then for years, my image from my friends, him, his friends, whatever. It's like we go to eat and they would know if I'm there. If they don't finish, I'm gonna finish it.
Man,
it's like I'm the cleaner.
I feel like you're my.
I'm the cleaner.
You're my long lost brother or something. Like we must have been separated at some point. Nah, man, I did the exact same thing. My dad, like I had this image that if Chetan is coming, there won't be no leftovers. Don't worry about it. Order as much as you like. He's gonna finish it. Right?
Bro, literally.
Yeah, that's
literally every time.
Yeah. So what are you doing to? The thing that I want to really understand is what are the kind of things I can do or people can do to sort of get over it. Like,
great question. Because
what are you trying?
The thing is, I've been working at this for years. At this point, it's taken 4 or 5 years to really understand the food addiction part, and then knowing how to control it, but also move my brain away from it.
Yep.
Because that's the key. I've found over the years is the key is to like disassociate from you having a food addiction. I have to almost tell myself I'm not that person anymore.
Yep.
In order to not do it anymore.
Okay.
I can't just look at a food now. I can't just look at a box of Krispy Kreme donuts and be like, I shouldn't have this, because it's like it has a bad connotation to it, a negative connotation towards it. I have to almost be like, oh, I'm not gonna eat that because I know what it does to me, because I know how it'll make me feel. That's the frame of mindset I've had, a shift that's helped me a lot, especially this year, recently, like up until like a few months ago even. Like, but now I feel like I'm pretty solid for the most part. I still have tendencies where I'm like, oh man, like I'm hungry and I'm like, fuck man, I could just crush some McDonald's. Yeah. But these are just intrusive thoughts that I can't let actually come true. So that's the thing, is like over time you build this strength in your mind to push these thoughts away. But it's not as simple as that. The reason why I feel like it's working is because one, obviously having someone else to like kind of keep you accountable over the years first, but also, you're also an extension of your environment. Yep. And it obviously helps a lot because I live with my brother. He's also living the healthy lifestyle. So it's like, if I were to eat shit, I'd feel terrible about it. Yep. So that almost helps a lot too. It's like, you almost have to do it. It's like a community thing almost, right? Yeah. Because if you live with someone who's constantly eating junk food and playing video games, smoking weed, watching porn, like all these things, inevitably it's going to rub off on you and it's going to affect you too. Yeah. So that's the thing. And what helps me specifically is doing meditations, or like, like thinking about it. Yeah. Like when you meditate, for 10 minutes, whatever, just like think and you're breathing, whatever. You're like, oh man, like I'm a fat guy. I don't want to be a fat guy. I've been a fat guy my whole life. Man, like that burger thing I saw on that meme on Instagram yesterday looked fucking good. I wish I could eat that. But I'm like, no, that's not who I am now. That was just old fat Neema. I'm not that Neema anymore. I don't want to be that Neema because I want to look good, because I want to feel good, because I want to get the right woman. I want the right people to be attracted to me, because I have high standards. It's like a whole fucking circle. Wow. Everything's connected for me. So one thing leads to the other, because it's like, man, at some point, if I don't lose the weight, my back's going to keep giving out, which it has many times in the past few years, and up until I start to actually take care of myself. It's going to be hard to bend over, tie my shoes. I'll be out of breath. It's hard to walk around. My back hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like the list goes on. And worst of all, how am I going to be good on stage? How am I going to think sharp? How's my brain going to work to be funnier? Because it's hard, man. You got to your brain needs to work in order to be a better comedian. As simple as that.
Man, you're too wise to be 29, man. How does all of this come to you? Like, did this just come to you, or did you ever seek professional help? Because you did.
Yeah. Well, not a lot. Like it's been since last May, pretty much. I started to see a therapist.
Okay. So that helped
with some things, but not like, it hasn't completely changed my life, but it's helped a lot. But yeah, like I've been working on this stuff even before the therapist. But I had he was my life coach unofficially.
Also, you have your
so it's like like that helped a lot. Obviously, right? Brought so much value into my life. But it's just that at some point it has to come from within too.
Yep.
Because I've done that before, where I wanted to lose the weight or get healthy for other reasons other than myself wanting to do it.
Yep.
I almost wanted to do it to like spite someone or to show someone I can do it. The wrong reasons, or just because I think it's cool to do, or I wonder what these people will think when I finish this challenge. But I don't think of that anymore. I was like, fuck that shit. I have to do it for me, because otherwise you're gonna lose it. You will, but then you're gonna gain it all back. So who cares?
Yeah, I've done that as well.
I've done it plenty of times.
Yeah,
but am I at the point now where I'm like, it's fucking now or never.
Yeah.
And sure, it might take slower and longer to actually get fit and lose the weight and get healthy, but I'm only 29. I have the rest of my life.
You do have the rest of your life.
It's a lifestyle at this point.
Yeah.
It's like by 39, I want to be fucking jacked and like optimal. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Man, you'll be jacked by your time you're 31, man. What?
Well, I mean, that's the goal. Yeah. I said by 30, I wanted to like be fit.
Yeah.
Which is coming up in like 6 months.
Yeah.
Or so, 6 or 7 months. I don't know if that's going to happen for sure, but at least I'm going in that direction.
Yeah.
And it's not going to stop at this point. So, but like, that's the thing. You have to also, manifest it a little bit. It's a little basic bitch, kind of like you have to manifest. You have to envision it in the future.
But there's like two things that you want to tell me that I could start doing to get rid of it. What are the two things? Would it be, one would be, I guess, meditation, you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, well, in terms of what?
Like straight away, like tomorrow, if I wanted to start reducing my food addiction, what would I start doing tomorrow?
Yeah, show them that.
What is that?
You want to say it?
Yeah, sure. Do you know who Alex Hormozi is?
No, I don't. Sorry, man.
He's a businessman, but he has a big platform and a big influence now, and he speaks about fitness from time to time and improving your life in terms of habits and things like that. Yesterday, he did a post showing his physique from before he was taking testosterone replacement therapy and after. And then he did a whole series of like stories and text-based things on like health and eating and stuff like that. This is potentially a harsher take, maybe, like it's not, but it cuts right to the point. It doesn't sugarcoat the reality of food addiction. He's like, if you're tired of being out of shape, realize how lame it is that you literally suffer because you can't control what you put in your mouth, just like a baby.
Yeah.
It's right to the point, right? And that approach might not work for everybody, but it works for me because it's true. Whether we like it or not, it is a potentially harsh truth, but it's a truth.
It is the truth. Yeah. But do you agree or do you feel that all food addictions, I guess the question for both of you really, are triggered by something else in your life? It's not like the food addiction doesn't just exist. It's not like you had food. Like it's not like cocaine. You had cocaine 3 times and now you're addicted. It doesn't happen like that. It's more like you're eating because as you said, you had a reason, right? Like I had a reason that I was a really shy kid, so I wouldn't. And there was reasons how I became like that. I had a really bad school teacher really early on in my life. Like she would beat people, like beat students up, right? I'm talking. I was in preschool, right? And
preschool?
I was getting beaten up every day. Yeah. Every single day. So I became a really shy kid. Like so much so that I wouldn't even answer. We used to have like attendance every morning, a roll call. They call out your name and you say, yes, I'm present. And I wouldn't even call that out. Like I would just stay quiet. And everybody was, like all the teachers knew that this is the kid that doesn't do that. And that stayed with me so long. And I think, and then that I lost all my confidence. I would stay at home a lot more, won't go out and play with other kids, stay home. And eating was my pastime, basically. This is how I would pastime, by eating. Eating became my thing, right? And it was so hard to then get out of it because that's how the addiction is triggered by something. So then it's a little bit hard to implement a very simple advice that somebody might give you. Why can't you just control what? Like it totally makes sense what this guy is saying. But just, when it's triggered by something else, I think the root cause needs to be fixed sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah,
this is my take on it. Yeah.
I mean, I've been addicted to marijuana, porn, bad thoughts, if that's an addiction. So what I can say about addiction is that the opposite of addiction is misconceived and misunderstood as sobriety. I think sobriety is in the middle between addiction and connection. So having this conversation, right, like admitting your problem, his problem, my problem, knowing that another human being feels just like you feel, telling your wife, telling your friends, therapist, that works because it brings you closer to somebody else who understands like your humanness. Yep. So as one, if I could just say one thing, I would say that the opposite of addiction is connection. And you can see that in any way you want, right? Whether it's a therapist, a friend, your wife, but telling somebody else, this is how I struggle or this is how I suffer. And then they become either just a witness to the struggle, or they can actually go as far as helping you, whether it's, maybe because when you feel comfortable with somebody, you can say, hey, I'm craving this thing right now. Maybe it's whatever your kryptonite is. And they can support you and they can just witness you for who you are, and they don't judge you. They don't say you shouldn't eat that, don't eat that. They don't chastise you like your teacher did. So for that reason, that's the one thing I would say, at least.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's a beautiful thought, man. The opposite of addiction is connection. Yeah. That'll stay with me.
That's what you talked to him.
Stayed with me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then to add on to that, he's talking about chastising. That's something actually our dynamic was kind of like that, where earlier on, because I had such a big problem, I needed to be like drill sergeant, kind of like, yo, man, don't fucking eat this shit. Like, it's more like, no, you can't have this anymore. It's done. Gluten, sugar, because I was addicted to all those things. Processed foods, junk foods, all that stuff. Lots of rice, big portions, right? At first it was like that, and it was so hard, bro. I get very defensive about it. And I'm like, fuck, man. Like, why can't I eat this? And then it's like, why are you telling me? Fuck you, Yeah. You get mad because you're like, you can't think properly when you're fucking, when you crave something so much, nothing else matters. But you almost need that at first, that initial kind of jolt. Yeah. But then eventually it got to a point where he kind of stepped back because he saw, okay, finally, like, I've instilled some of this, not fear, but it's more so just kind of truth and knowledge for me to kind of take over on my own. Yep. And now I'm at a point where, like, man, like he never tells me what to eat, or not that he needs to. It's just like, just kind of how the dynamic's been. And like, it's been much better for me because I also feel like I'm accomplished because I'm doing it for me. Yep. And I think it means more, and there's more longevity in it because I'm the one who's making the decisions. Yep. And I think that's super important too. You just have to understand why.
Yeah, the why is I guess the main. When you know why you're doing what you're doing, then I guess it becomes easier to fix it. But right now it's just like becomes your way of life. And then, as you said, I'm a very defensive person when it comes to my decisions, right. And that also manifests into this, right? If somebody tries to tell me that I'm a food addict, I become really defensive. Whereas inside I know that I am, right? Yeah. Like,
I mean, I'll give you one more take. There was a podcast I listened to very, very early in my journey of trying to figure some of these things out for myself. And the host, his name was Ed Milet. He's a pretty popular guy on the internet, like self-help and businessman, whatever. And he's having a conversation with somebody, and he's telling them, when I went to the doctor and I had an issue, I think his issue was smoking. He had like I think I could be misunderstood, but like he had an issue where his doctor was telling him, like, again, it's a harsh take potentially, but it's the truth. He said, he has 2 daughters, I think. And he asked them, he's like, what's your relationship like with your daughters? He's like, they're my life. They're the most important thing, obviously, right? They're the reason I'm alive. He goes, how would you feel if another man walks your daughter down the aisle on her wedding day? And he took a moment and he's like, well, that's like my nightmare. And he's like, well, the way you're going, you're not going to be alive long enough to see that anyways. So to add to your point of, like, if you have a clear why, you can get over any how.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you know why you're doing it, and I would suggest, this is unsolicited advice, but you have a daughter, you said?
Yeah.
And if that's really the thing that you say is the most important thing in your life, just adjust your behaviors to follow that.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to say that. I don't have a daughter, so it's unsolicited advice. But I say it because I feel comfortable here. Yeah. But I mean, what could be more important, right?
No, it can't. Nothing can be. I've actually made a couple of reels on that as well, around this exact same thing, using life triggers to actually solve your problems. So I used to do that. Like I used to take my daughter out every morning for a walk. Used to do 5 kilometers every morning. And the reason I was doing that and not quitting was because I wanted her to go out every morning, right? And then it stopped because she started going to childcare or whatever. But I've tried to do that, build this into my routine, that I want to be a dad who's promoting healthy behaviors. I don't want to be the dad who promotes like unhealthy habits, because if I'm not practicing it, I can't stop her from doing that as well. So yeah, absolutely, I've thought about that. That definitely is one of the things that works the best for me when I can implement it. But yeah, I think the other thing is just having mental, like meditation and stuff. Like, because I do a lot of things in life. I'm sure you do too. That does take away from your mental peace, right? Like, just constantly. All of us. Yeah.
Stimulation everywhere.
Stimulation everywhere. Yeah.
Well, and also another thing too is whatever, kids are very observational learners. It's like they're like a sponge. Yeah. So whatever you do, they're gonna follow suit, right?
Absolutely.
So that it's almost up to you to kind of pass down that the knowledge, but also the habits or the routines.
Yeah.
Because then they're gonna want to like, oh, I want to do what he's doing. Like they love it, right? They're very easily influenced. So yeah, whatever you can obviously do there is. And it can start with one thing too.
Yeah.
Some simple habit, right? Because then that will also set them up for their own future when you're not there. But once again, I don't know because I don't have kids. But
yeah, I mean, it's just that emotion of like being there for your kids. Because she'll be, when she's 18, I'll be like 58. So I need to be fit at 58. Right?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. But. Yeah, man. It takes. It's the why. It's all honestly all in the why, and then the how will all get figured out after that. And yeah, man. But
right now I feel really cruel because we give her like really healthy food, like mostly boiled with just a little bit of olive oil, while on the side we are eating like this Indian takeaway with cheese naan and chicken tikka masala, and she doesn't realize that right now because she's too young. At some point she's gonna like, fuck that shit.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too.
What's on your plate?
Yeah. There's this girl I followed online, and she talks about how what she feeds her kids.
Yeah.
And then she was saying how she feeds her kids, like whole foods every day, mornings, like eggs with proper, ingredients, like, vegetables, whatever, like, fucking grass-fed, like organic shit, good quality foods, nothing processed, no Oreos, no Cheerios, no bullshit sugar in the mornings. And her kids are super chill, very grounded. They're very respectful to the parents and people around them, which is kind of rare for kids, right? Kids are always bouncing off the walls and shit. And then she said that her sister doesn't do that with her kids, and every time her kids come over or her daughter goes over to their house, they always bring out the Oreos and the Dunkaroos and the fucking chips and the candies and the chocolates.
Yeah.
And she's like, and on one end, I want my kid to be like this healthy person and live a long life. But it's also she also doesn't want to be a Nazi and be like, no, like you're not allowed to have candy so she's like, okay, like have your fun one time or whatever. It's like once in a while if you want, but just know this is the core of what is going to help you for a healthy life. And so every time her daughter goes over and is mixed with her sister's kids, she's like, my kid's a different person, bouncing off the walls, anger issues, fucking emotionally charged, like just very like short-tempered, right? And I'm like, well, there's obviously correlation to the food.
Yeah.
There's no other reason.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's so important to almost like instill that shit early.
Yeah.
Before it gets too late.
Yeah.
Because like after 5 or 6 or 7, I believe, I think they already kind of like have the main core, I guess, of like what they want to do or what they want to eat and stuff. Because I think they understand after like 2 or 3, right? Like I don't know what exactly the science is, but like they're very easily influenced early on. And so, yeah. But have you found that like, because I think at 18 months, you said?
18 months, yeah.
So she's not really eating like anything like solid yet, like
no.
Like crazy, right?
Sorry, man, I'm having a...
Yeah, yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, he's just trying to hide the fact that he's tearing up. He's gonna cry. He doesn't want to show it. Hey, if I cry, you gotta cry in the podcast.
Man, there was one point that.
Yeah, he almost hit you.
There was one point, but it's gone now.
Yeah,
when I was talking about my daughter before.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, it strikes a little your heart chord, you know. Strikes a chord in your heart. But
I'm sorry. What's the question?
Because does your daughter eat like? She's not eating normal foods, obviously, right now. You're still like feeding her baby stuff, like.
No, she's 1.5, so she's eating normal. She's starting to eat normal food like we do. Like, so we give her. We are introducing a little bit of spice because our food is there's a little bit of spice.
Well, of course, it's flavor. Yeah.
It's flavorful. So we're just giving her a little bit of that flavor with not too much, like not too greasy. Like we don't put. Only use olive oil mostly for her food and give her vegetables mostly. Okay. She's not naturally becoming a meat eater for some reason. She's just she's a natural vegetarian. Like I've tried to give her fish, chicken, like all the healthy meats.
Doesn't like it?
Doesn't like him.
What about beef? Have you given her beef?
Because we don't eat them. We don't eat beef, so we don't even know how to cook it properly.
Oh, really?
So we haven't tried that yet. But
have you thought about trying that?
Yeah, I think
giving her beef. Like, do you care?
We don't care now. Not at all now. She'll eat whatever she wants to eat. But she doesn't even eat eggs at the moment. So I'm really surprised as to how kids actually, how could there be a vegetarian kid? Like they don't know anything.
They don't know shit. Yeah. So no, I think it's just more so because she's still young. Maybe it'll take some time, but
like kids her age are eating all of that already, but she's not. So I don't know if this is a choice kids are making. They're getting like really.
They're getting woke early.
Yeah, woke very early. They're like, nah, this is bad for the environment.
Yeah, because she lives in Australia right now. Yeah. She's woke already, you know?
Yeah. So I don't know what's happening, but we've tried.
Right.
But we give her like mostly healthy food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, have you thought about like in the future when she gets older, like in terms of, like, do you guys have snacks like that in your house? Like junk food stuff?
No, man, I have forbidden that for my wife as well.
Okay.
I was like, if you want to be married to a food addict, you have to give up on certain things, and one of those is just snacks. Like there's only nuts in the name of snacks. It's just nuts.
Nuts?
That's it. Nothing else in my house. Because I'll knock it off, man.
Easily.
I'll knock off the whole packet. Like it's like for my wife, it's going to be having no snacks because I'll eat all of them in the first day.
So there's no point. Either way, she's not eating anything.
She's not. So
might as well just not bring it.
If she opens a packet of chips, she'll have 2 chips. And I'll finish the rest of it.
It's over.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
So
that's exactly it too. Like that was the problem I had too. Is like, it can't be in the house at some point. At least at first, right? When you're trying to beat it.
Yeah.
For the first little while, first few years, I can't even have it around me.
Yeah.
Because you don't want you will get triggered. You'll think back, bro. Last night even, and it doesn't happen often. We were out, doing a bunch of sets, right? I was out doing shows all night. I barely ate before I left because I was like in a rush. I was doing some work beforehand. Like, I don't know. I didn't really want to. There's some leftover beef and carrots and stuff that he makes. And like I had a few scoops like quick, and I was like, I don't really feel like eating a full thing right now. And I had a protein shake like a few hours before that. So that's it. Very little amount for me during the day. Usually by that point, I eat like a full dinner. I'm like good for the rest of the night. I'm fine. But because I ate so little, I went, did all the shows as you saw. You were there. I did all the shows, whatever. I just drink water, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. And then my last show finished at like 11:30. I'm walking home and I'm starving at this point. Starving. And I'm like, fuck, man. Because I don't like eating late either. We finish eating around like 8:30 latest, typically.
That's very good.
For the most part. For the past few years, it's been that way, at least. Because I want to sleep at a decent time. I don't want to eat right before bed.
Yeah.
So I'm walking home. It's 11:30 p.m. last night, closer to midnight. I'm starving, and I have these thoughts come into my head. I'm walking, especially around like these areas, CBD, in the city.
Yeah.
Where like these fucking junk food places are all still open.
Yeah.
Like this burger shop beside this pizza shop beside. You can smell it. Fucking this person eating a sandwich, a hot dog, burger, whatever the fuck. 7-Eleven on every block, Easy Mart, all these like convenience stores that have all this candy and chocolate and drink, right? Stuff that used to like trigger me and I would constantly eat when I was younger. And these thoughts are coming to my head now as I'm walking. I'm like, I was so hungry. I was like, man, should I just eat McDonald's? Should I eat Hungry Jack's? Should I eat this fucking random burger place? And like constantly, this whole time I'm walking, but I'm in a battle the entire time with my own self. I'm like, no, man. One thought's like, yo, man, I could just have like a 20-piece chicken nugget, and whatever, it's fine. But then right after, I'm like, nah, man, like what happens if I eat it though? If I eat it, like fuck, man, like I also don't have much money. I'm trying to save money, but also like I'll feel like shit if I eat it. But I'm like, fuck it, like who cares? Like what if I just eat, half of it, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm battling for 20 minutes straight. I'm walking because I'm walking towards home. So at least I'm like forcing myself, just like at least go the right direction.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Just don't fucking stop.
Neema.
No, shut the fuck up. You're not eating this shit. And then, that's the extent of where the addiction goes to, right? Yeah. Where it's like, I still have those thoughts.
Yeah.
But the difference is I understand now where I'm at and why it's not a good idea to embark on those thoughts.
Yeah.
Because once again, it's just a thought, right? Yeah. That's why talking about meditation, that's the whole reason it's good, because it's like you realize these thoughts are just thoughts. That's what that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't mean I have to like do what my thought says I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to act on it.
You don't have to act on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was the struggle I had last night.
Wow. Okay.
And that hadn't happened in months.
Yep.
So that my point is like, it's almost like never ending, and it's not constantly, but you just never know when it'll come. But that's the thing. It's like, that's how sometimes it takes that long.
Yeah.
I've been fighting this for years.
Yeah. Yep.
But if you saw me 5 years ago, no, even a year ago, 2 years ago, I would act on those thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna eat this 20-piece chicken nuggets, get the sauces, fries, burger, drink, go get some chocolate, get this candy, get some chips on the way.
Wow.
Okay. Eat it all, shovel it into my mouth, hide it.
Yep.
And then go home and like just feel
pretend
like shit.
Like nothing happened.
Pretend like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Feel like shit, go to sleep, and then wake up and wonder why the fuck I'm still fat.
Yeah.
And why I'm bloated, why I'm inflamed.
Yeah.
And it's all that, but I never thought about the after effects before. I always thought I was selfish and thought about myself in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never thought about future Neema. But now I'm like, man, how am I going to feel tomorrow if I eat this right now? And it sucks. I'm not going to lie. It's not easy. I hate it because but you know what? I'm so happy I didn't act on it, because when I got home, I still ate. But I got lucky because there was like some meat stuff in the fridge. You got some like stuff from like a deli. So at least it's like just like meat. Like it's not terrible.
You made a better choice.
I made a way better choice.
Yeah.
And I'm actually way more excited and happy that I ate, even though I ate late, I ate at least something that my body could digest. Yeah. And it's not going to kill me. And it's not going to fucking ruin my addiction or my body. Like I felt fine when I woke up, right? And so that's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point though. Like what you just said about like making a good, always going for like you don't always have to not give in on anything, right? And be this really strict person. I'm not gonna eat after 8 o'clock sort of thing.
Right.
You can just make better choices.
Adjustments,
right?
Man.
Like instead of chips, maybe have some nuts. Right?
Nuts.
If you have to have late night snack, fruits, whatever. Just don't do the worst thing possible, right? And also like I used to have this behavior where because I drink still. I do have I'll drink a lot of whiskey. And when I'm drinking,
good though, eh? Whiskey's a gentleman's drink.
Have you actually tried different forms of alcohol?
Yeah,
you haven't tried anything.
I have. What do you mean, like tequila and shit?
Tequila, whiskey, all of this.
Oh, I've tried all of them. Yeah,
all of them.
But like I hate.
When was your last drink? How long?
When was my last drink?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a good question. I don't even remember.
Man, that is impressive. If you don't remember, wow. Okay.
My last drink. It must have been fucking 2 years ago or something. I don't know.
2 years ago. Okay. So
So
you recently, and now you're like strictly not gonna have a drink ever.
I'm actually not strict about drinking because I never had a problem with drinking.
Okay.
I just don't like drinking.
Yeah.
I don't actually care about it. But like right now, if I were to drink, I'd be fine.
Okay.
Because I know I'll only do this tonight and then nothing for a year.
So the feeling of having that drink and the way it makes you feel, you don't like that feeling, basically. The way
I don't mind the feeling. It's more so the taste I don't like at all. I think it's I think it's gross.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't fucking care. It's not worth it for me.
Yeah.
It's also a waste of money in my opinion.
Yeah.
I could use that money for better things.
Yeah.
That I value in my life. So that's more so how I see it. But also the reason why I didn't drink even before when I was addicted to food heavily is because I knew that if I drank, it would it's like a gateway drug into eating more bad foods. Because now I'm like tipsy, drunk. You're like, oh fuck it, let's have McDonald's. Fuck it, let's get this pizza. Fuck it, you know. Like that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is like when you're addicted to even or like you're doing other things, they negatively influence the other addictions.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Smoking weed. I used to smoke weed.
You still smoke? Yeah.
Like
That's
a lot. I used to in high school. I did a lot near the beginning and low middle. A lot. Some afterwards, but I slowly weaned off of it. Like when I got to like 23, 24, that was pretty much the last time I did it.
Yeah, that's impressive, man. Yeah, but I drink a lot of whiskey and alcohol and stuff, and the way I look at it after that is, oh man, this night is already fucked. Now I should just go all out and just eat whatever I like.
Exactly.
Because I've already made this bad. So I think that is when you should stop. Be like, okay, that's fine. You had a few drinks, but you can still eat something better. Just to not totally fuck it up, right? Like,
exactly. That's the problem.
Kind of thinking, yeah.
Yeah, that's where the issue is. I think it's because it's hard because you're not fully there.
Yep.
You're being, it's literally influencing you.
Yes.
Without even trying.
Yeah.
Right. When you have the drink, you get a little bit more relaxed. You're like, you start making excuses.
Yeah.
As to why it's a good idea.
Yeah.
But then you slowly realize after the fact, you're like, fuck, and you always feel like shit about it, don't you?
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always,
right?
always.
You always feel guilty, right?
Absolutely. Every time I do that, like immediately, like even on the night when I'm intoxicated, I'm already feeling guilty, right?
Exactly.
It's just really bad feeling. But it's just that feeling just before you have it and you can see it that you just give into it and you don't realize how you never really realize how you're gonna feel after that, right?
No.
Like you're just giving into the immediate pleasure.
I know.
And somebody said this to me. I don't know if this is true or not. Somebody asked me, what is the difference between fun and enjoyment? And the guys, and I think he's a podcaster. His name is Nikhil Kamath. Have you heard of him? He's a big podcaster in India. He said that the difference between fun and enjoyment is basically delayed fun. So when you don't give into the immediate need to have fun every single hour and you delay it and delay it and delay it and eventually reward yourself, that's enjoyment. That's what he says. I don't know if you believe in that, but I feel like when I do that, like when I don't have a bad day of drinking and eating for weeks and weeks, and then I really enjoy it the one time that I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel guilty.
Yeah. That's much better. That's a healthier way of seeing it. It's definitely a healthier perspective. And I feel that way too. Like there has been times where I have eaten chocolate. I had a chocolate bar or fucking a Coke. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, all right, I'm just going to enjoy this one time in this moment. I'm not going to let it like just throw me off the walls and off the rails and lead into the next meal and the meal after that.
Because you've exercised that muscle of self-control. It's strong enough now to go, I'll let it go this one time, but I'm going to be back to normal tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
I think one of my mentors, I had a mentor for a while, and he used to say that everything is a muscle. Mm-hmm. So for example, not giving in is a muscle. If you keep exercising it, it'll eventually get so strong that it'll be second nature for you to not give in to anything, like any addiction that you're trying to quit. So
100%. And it's a prime example of last night for me. It's a muscle. I was strong enough. If honestly, I was fighting for my life. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this is the hardest decision of my life.
Yeah.
And to the point where I actually stopped.
Went in?
A couple of times I stopped on the street, on the sidewalk to think about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know how fuck that is?
Yeah, nah. But
you know
I don't, I'm not surprised at all because I'm exactly like that. But I'm sure for a lot of people, they're like, what the fuck? Why? What do you mean? Why is it so hard? For people who don't have this problem, they don't understand it at all, right?
They don't.
No.
They don't get it, which is fair. I don't blame them. It's just, but this is how it is. This is the truth. This is the reality.
Sometimes me and my wife, we're watching my wife and I, We are watching TV.
Good English.
We are watching TV, and she's like, "Can you bring? We have peanuts at home usually in a box. Like, can you bring the box of peanuts?" I was like, "No, I'm not going to bring the box. I'm going to bring you some peanuts in a little bowl, and you're going to eat them." She's like, "Why? I don't have to." I'm like, "No, you're with me. You have to. You have to do it this way." And she
this
gets
or nothing.
This or nothing. She's like, "All right, okay,
Yeah.
give it to me in a bowl."
Yeah, no, that's a good alternative.
Yeah,
You've thought of it. That's good.
yeah,
That's the way it should be. You should have standards and boundaries.
yeah. Exactly.
Otherwise, like, where does it end?
Yeah, it doesn't end, man.
It doesn't end. But yeah, man. Fuck, we went deep there.
Yeah, man.
That's good shit.
This again, I asked: is this podcast supposed to be funny? I haven't.
Yeah. Well,
I
it's
feel
a.
like I didn't do justice to
No,
comedy.
man,
Yeah.
we did it. We had some good laughs.
Yeah.
It is a comedy podcast technically because I'm a comedian and I have comedians as guests too. But overall, I think the essence of why we started this podcast is because I just wanted to have a platform to express my thoughts and my guests' thoughts on a longer form.
Yep.
You know, to provide more perspective on who I am or who you are or whatever it is, and that's it. And just if it's funny, it's funny. If it's sad, it's sad. If it's weird or it's weird, then
Weird
that's
is
it.
good. Yeah.
Weird is good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the point. I mean, I think this point of the podcast is to just
express yourself, and
you have to be authentic. That's all it is. It's like I'm not gonna force being funny. Fuck that.
yeah.
I don't do that on stage.
If you're not funny, I can't force you to be funny.
I don't even do
You're
that.
just not a funny person.
Yeah, I'm actually realizing I'm terribly unfunny.
No, I'm talking about me. Like,
No, you're
Nah,
good.
it's good, yeah.
No, man. Honestly, I've had other comedians where like with a DT too, like there's for like 40 minutes straight.
yeah.
It was serious as shit. Like it was like
Yeah,
literally
but
talking
he's not a funny person anyway.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I just used them for this amazing story about being addicted to porn.
Yeah.
But that was a good episode we had about that stuff too. But
Yeah.
but yeah, man. I mean, it's more so just about showing context on who you are.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of value in that, especially because like I have fans who watch me on obviously micro content and socials. So it's like I think it's interesting for people. It's not a lot. It's still new, but I want that platform to be there just in case people do want to. And because people ask me all the time, like, "Yo, you should do a podcast." Yo, I would love to see more of this kind of content. And then and I also enjoy doing it. It's great because we get to talk and we get to connect. Me and you now, but also other guests. It's like it's good way to connect with other human beings who are also in the same industry.
Yeah.
Because you never really get this outside of this. Because at the shows, you're like, "Yeah, what's up? Oh yeah, I had this audience member. This crowd's like this," and then you just kind of do your spot and you leave. So it's like, why not? You know?
What can I ask you one last question?
Yeah.
What is it like to be a famous Instagrammer in that? I mean,
gassing me up.
Like it's in what I mean is like, do you actually get daily messages from people just trying to just like ask you questions or wanting to meet you or asking you, like, does that happen on a daily basis, like hundreds? And how do you feel about like that sort of, is it overwhelming or is it like you really enjoy it? Do you respond to all of them?
Well, I don't know. Well, it depends. Like well, for the first answer is, I don't get hundreds of DMs asking me questions or whatever it is, replying to stories every day. Sometimes there are hundreds, but that's like if a specific story I post hits really well to people, or like it really moves some people or makes them laugh a lot or whatever it is. There's a lot of hundreds of DMs. And that point could be overwhelming. So, but we do our best to respond as much as possible to everybody. But the priority is comments. Responding to comments is the priority for socials because that's the more public place where everyone can see, everyone can interact and be social. And I think when people see that the creator of the video is also responding to the people, that it shows that I care, and which I do. And it's like, oh wow, they almost like can't believe someone who has this many followers is responding to people who don't post anything at all. Yeah, it's like, why would I do that? But for me, I'm like, well, I'm just building a community here. I'm just it's important to build the community up and build some value and give them as much value as I can for free, so that they can keep supporting me, right? That's what I want. It's like almost like goes both ways. It's like I'm gonna provide you all this value, but I need your support.
Yeah.
And
you're trying to respond to every single comment.
Every single comment. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you see all my posts, like at least majority of them I responded to.
Wow, that's impressive.
And if not all of them.
Yeah.
But and that's the thing, like because I post so much every day, right? It's like sometimes it could be overwhelming and like I miss stuff all the time. But that just naturally happens, and it's like you only have so many hours in a day. I'm only one person. I'm only one human. So, but yeah, I do my best to respond to everybody, and you meet interesting people. You know, they say weird shit, cool stuff, heartwarming things, funny things. They give me ideas, suggestions. It's great. I don't know. It's cool.
No,
but I don't think I'm famous though. I'm not famous. You didn't have to say that.
When would I like what 700,000, 800,000?
I think famous would be like if I'm like 20 million.
20 million. Okay, you have a number.
I think I'm not even trying to downplay it. I just genuinely, just from what I've learned and what I've experienced and know in life, 400,000 is not that many people in the world.
Yeah,
it's like most people don't even, like we were talking about that. We always talk about this example. There are people in this world. Think of the most famous person in the world. Let's say Drake, for example. You know Drake.
Yeah.
The artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like majority of people in this world still don't know who Drake is. Like, isn't that fucked? He only has what, 160 million followers? And he's literally known as one of the best artists, rappers of all time.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't have nothing to do with it. Yeah.
And still, there are more people in this world who don't know who he is.
Yeah.
Or maybe they've seen his face, but they don't even know his name. Yeah. So when I think about my following compared to that, I'm fucking this.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking away from the fact that I am known, maybe on a small scale, but like there's popularity and local celebrity, whatever the fuck you want to call it, from my hometown at least. But yeah,
no, man,
I think it's a good way to look at it too, you know, because I'm like, I don't know, that doesn't get to my head, obviously, which it could very easily, but also having someone else to work with you to sees it differently and keeps you grounded and like shuts your ego down. It works. It helps because it also like forces you to keep continuing to care about the craft rather than the other bullshit. So. Yeah.
One day you come home and you're like, oh, my head can't fit through this door anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And he fixes it.
That's it. Yeah, he's like, shut the fuck up, Ben. That's it, man. So, yeah. But,
cool,
yeah. Have you thought about like posting more content and like kind of building up your following?
I'll try. I've promised this year that I'll post 200 reels this year.
200? That's pretty good.
Yeah, but
that's almost.
I did like, I think in the first month I did like 10, January. And then I sort of, it's sort of gone down a bit with the festivals and everything, all the gigs we are doing. With the
fucking excuses.
Also, being a dad. I think that's a pretty good excuse, man.
Yeah. Like, being a dad, I'll give you that.
All of that combined, I haven't been, but I think I still meet that. I'll get there. I think 200 is,
it's reasonable. Yeah. Honestly, it's more about the consistency than the amount. You could post one every 3 days, but if it's every 3 days, you're still consistent. That matters more.
Okay.
And it should be easier for you. It should be a weight off your shoulders.
It shouldn't seem like a chore.
No. And I don't even think it is for me. It's crazy to say after all these years. Because I've been posting every day for years.
Wow.
Years. So but I love it. I actually sometimes wish I could post more. Like it's just like, you know, also I have a lot of shows now and, you know, I'm working on podcasts, vlog, right? It's like you have other things to do, but it's like, as long as you're enjoying it and you find stuff that you like talking about or making videos on, that's all that really matters. And then just post it and then keep it consistent.
Yeah.
So, and then I slack too. I there's times where I slip off a little bit, like not completely, but it's more so on track always. But it's like, you know, sometimes it's just not good for a little while because maybe my focus is more on stand up and live shows and other shit. But then like other times it gets really strong and then it's like, but during that whole time, at least I'm still putting it out.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
So
no, that's good discipline. Really matters.
It's the discipline. Yeah, exactly. So yeah. Yeah, man. Well, man, you could do so much content on baby, like you're having a baby, like being a dad.
Yeah, see, that's
wife,
the thing.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit there you could
There's heaps. I've actually got stuff on my phone, but we've decided not to post
stuff
on, my wife doesn't want Reha, my a baby.
Oh well, you don't have to put your baby into it. Maybe even like act
just talk
like it's
about it. Yeah.
Oh no, maybe act like you have a baby in your hand. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a real thing. You can do that.
Yeah.
Right? You have the fucking clothes for it, right?
Yeah.
The carriage or whatever stuff like animal. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a stuffed animal, and then
I thought they were talking.
You can always do that.
Yeah.
You can add sound effects after if you need or whatever. The baby, whatever. Yeah, man, it's simple, man. I'll send you some stuff. My friend Mark Anthony, he's been doing that. Yeah. He just had a kid, and he's been crushing that kind of content. Yeah. And he's been blowing up.
Wow.
And he's gaining followers like quickly. So I'll send you some stuff to look at. It's like, obviously it's relatable. You can be inspired by that. But yeah, I think it's important, man. Content is king.
Content is king. Yeah. Nah, absolutely.
So yeah, man. But yeah, we'll wrap it up there, man. I appreciate the chat. We got deep. You got me. You're the first person who got me to cry on my own podcast. So yeah, congratulations.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a big
you made me
achievement. Yes.
Yeah. Motherfucker. You mother chore.
Now I know this is possible.
Yeah, I ain't no fuckboy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no,
man, thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it, and it was really deep, and it didn't feel like a podcast. It didn't feel like, am I on is there a camera recording us? Obviously there is, right?
No, what? There's cameras? Shit, I didn't
even
notice, bro.
Yeah. I didn't feel like I was, because generally I'm very camera conscious, or like when I know there's not people watching right now, but there could be people watching at some point, I get really conscious. But this was really, you got a good setting, and you made me feel comfortable. Good. Yeah. That's what I'm here for, man. And it's great feedback. And you gave a fuck about what I had to say. It was very good. And you gave a fuck about what I had to ramble on about too. So that's good, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. And plug your socials. Yeah. So Delhi Boy Comedian. Delhi as in the city. DELHI comedian. Follow me on Instagram. I don't have any followers, so don't be taken aback by that. I'm building, and I'm 40 years old and trying to make it as a comedian. I need all your support. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's a message from a boomer right there. Yeah. No, it's cool, man. I appreciate that, and yeah, man. We'll see more shows tonight. Let's fucking get it. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, bro. Do it, bro. Do it. Yes. Delhi boy. Hey.